It's Hyper-Realism Overhaul, stream number 2. Maybe we'll get to orbit, who knows, maybe the moon. The trusty beacon rocket and a dwindling cash supply. No simulations ain't a problem, I'm sure we'll do just fine. Back in Hyper-Realism Overhaul, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. Thought I'd write a little ditty for the start of this stream. You know, just something that is going on, and I thought I'd play that at the beginning. But anyway, we are back in RP-1, Hyper-Realism Overhaul. The actual rule set that SoNotTheHeroType has devised for this is now actually in the description of the video, so hopefully I shouldn't get asked that about 1 billion times in this stream, because that was something that was constantly coming up in the last stream. We are going to play some music from the Spotify. I actually should have sorted this out first. Let's go to Stream Beats Lo-Fi, and we'll just play a random song. And hopefully it's not too loud. There we go, that should be fun. Might be a bit more tired today. I did say I wanted to start streaming earlier, or the stream was supposed to be earlier, but unfortunately I went for a little bit of a nap because I did not get much sleep last night, and because of that, yes, I was very tired when I woke up. Say the B word, the beak-it. that was actually in the song. I think one of the lines was with a trusty beak-it rocket. Yes, so it's just something that I put together that I thought might be nice to, you know, just to kick off the stream. But hello and welcome everyone to the stream. We are in RP-1 now, and I think now that I've introduced myself once again, because I'm going to be recording this for the episode that I am going to, or the episodes that I will release for this, I am going to go away. There we go, we've got nothing but the game screen on display at the moment, which is exactly what I want in order to record this. So let's hit record and let's actually come into KSP. Resume! And there's one other thing that I meant to do as well, is turn on a noise gate for my microphone, because hopefully it should make things sound a little bit better. A little bit nicer, you won't hear me constantly breathing, maybe. So, new RP-1 series soon. Basically, I'm going to film all of this, I'm going to stream all of this, and then I'm going to condense it down into a few Mimi-like episodes. I don't know when that's going to come out, it'll probably be a while, because I want to land on the moon in this, a crude lunar landing first, so that's obviously quite a way in the future. So, hi guys, hi Carnassa. Chill guy, you won't say hi to me specifically. Katniss has been offended. One sec, just opening up a drink. There we go. So, at the end of the last stream, we basically are at a point where we're almost looking to go orbital. I really want to get these done, because I don't want to caveman my orbit, just because I don't have simulations, so I've got no idea if a caveman orbit is going to work. So I want to wait until I've got 56 to 57 orbital rocketry, because if I've got that, I know for definite that I will be able to build some sort of orbital class rocket using like the LR-87s and AJ-10s that we do have. So one other thing as well, I need to rename this launch pad, and it has been requested. So this is now going to be, I think it was the Obama pad 69. Hello. I am streaming, yes. Yeah, I did tell you that I was streaming. Yeah, but what time? I said in 10 minutes ago. And let's say it's just come in being like, what are you doing? Why are you shouting so loud? Are you streaming? And yes, I am. What would be the historically correct date for first orbit? 1957, like November 1957, wasn't it? It's late 1957. I don't know the exact date, but Sputnik 1 was definitely 57, and then the US made it to orbit in like January, February 58, as far as I can remember. I don't know. I don't know the exact dates, but I think it's around those times. As I say, trying to sleep and you woke her up. She's not actually. She's getting ready to go to the gym at like 10 p.m. or 8:30. So she was fine and awake. Are there going to be any RSS episodes? Yes, there will be. I'll be making all of these into RSS episodes, and also I'm going to be joining For All Kerbal Kind relatively soon. So as soon as I join that, there'll be a lot of RSS episodes from me. What on earth is going on with my pump? Give me 1 second. I'm definitely not prepared to stream today, apparently. It was a very rushed decision kind of waking up only about an hour ago thinking, oh my god, I was supposed to start streaming at 7. Oops. Remember to promote my Discord server. Yes, go check out the Discord. There is a link in the description of this live stream. Anyway, what we're going to do now is I do need to wait for these to be done. I need to wait for these to be researched in order to build our orbital class rocket. But we can have a look and see what we can kind of start buying in order to get to orbit, because there are definitely some things that we are going to want, including things like upgraded avionics, upgraded fuel tanks, you know, all of that kind of stuff. So whilst we are waiting for that, I'm actually going to come in here and we are going to come and buy some nice new avionics. So there we go. Spend 6,000 on avionics prototypes. We are going to need that. And I think what I might do is, at the start of the stream, I'm going to do a very, very, very quick mock-up of maybe some sort of not interplanetary, an orbital class rocket, that a potential caveman design, and I'll have a look and see what kind of Delta V we're working with some of the rocket engines, some of the stuff that I've already unlocked, basically. So I'm really messing this up. Where is the shape? The shape, there it is. The color and the shape. Smooth cone. So I'm going to do pretty much what I always do for an orbital rocket, which is, oh, hello, no, can't do that. It's because we are near Earth, isn't it? I want this to be science core, like so. And we'll make something like that, and there we go. That is our satellite there. That is what we are going to be launching. To be honest, I can probably start building most of this anyway. And then as soon as we unlock the technology, you know, just slap it on at a later date. And hopefully it shouldn't be too bad to build at a later date, because we've already got the AJ1027, so I'm absolutely going to be using that. This will be my final stage, and this will not change. Why is for all Kerbal kind FAK? Because Kainasa goes FAK. They still haven't landed on the moon. I guess Sandbox guy. Yeah, it's like fuck. I'm not swearing. Definitely no swearing. Garage sale engine is back. No, the Araby's good. The Araby's alright. The Araby's a nice engine. It's, where is it? The one that I really hated from the last time that I streamed. The ORM. That thing can go and die in a burning bush. It's really, 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 really friggin' awful. I can't even find it. It's here somewhere. I'm not even gonna bother looking for it. It doesn't deserve the attention. It really doesn't. It's absolutely terrible. Anyway, we are going to make this into a high pressure tank, because we need that for the Araby, and we're going to use the best materials that we do have. We're going to fill that up with the correct fuel mixtures, and that gives us a whopping 25 seconds of burn, and I think this engine can burn for 42 seconds, if I recall correctly. No, it's 52 seconds. So, well, we can either make it stupidly long. That seems a little bit long. Why is that burning for that long? That seems crazy. Let's have a look. No, I don't want that. I want to bring up Delta V stats, because this is the best way to check for your burn time. Okay, so yeah, in order to make this 300 millimeters in diameter and still get our burn time, it's going to need to be 7 meters long. I think that's a little bit too long. I think what we will do is we will tool this up to be this size instead. That looks a little bit better. Yeah, that looks way more like what I kind of want to be seeing, rather than the stupidly long boy. It would be a very long boy that we send up to orbit. There we go. That is that all done. That will be our upper stage, and we won't change this at all. This will be the final version of our orbital rocket that we will eventually make, no matter what we unlock, and if I kind of come back to this later with better engines. But I just want to see if I can maybe try and squeeze out the Delta V required. So if we bring that up there like so, and I just want to make sure that this is configured correctly, and we are going to have to make sure that we have electric charge and all of that in there too. And one thing that we can't do is do the first scientific satellite yet, because we don't have the science available. Vanessa, the new length looks like a bee instead of a ghastly wasp. Oh no, we could have called it the wasp rocket, but that would have been going a little bit off tangent from our bee situation. Vanessa, small boy stands for super maximum orbital lad, but ORM65 insanity less. Yes, no ORM65. I'm done with that engine. I'm never ever touching that engine ever again. It's gone in the bin. I've lost the receipt. Whatever. It's done. We're not going for that ever again. I hate it so much. I don't know how Beardy could stand it when he was starting off as the Soviets in For All Kerbal Kind. Like, oh no, it's a really horrible engine. What am I doing? I want to configure this, just make sure, yes, because we want to switch to avionics prototypes for the science core. Okay, and we can't change the service module yet, but what we can do is make sure that we have a decent amount of electric charge in here. So as it stands, we're going to be getting 7 days out of this, which I think is a little bit too much. I think maybe if we bring this down to 2,000, no, maybe like 4,000 then. I want to get over a day. Over a day would be nice. A day and 17 hours. We get 3,500 meters per second of delta V on this stage. That is actually kind of wonderful. That's not bad in the slightest. Kanasa, check Discord. I can't check Discord at the moment because I don't use Discord when I stream, just because I get very distracted by it. So I like to leave it away. So can I get a custom role nicknamed the Keeper of BKit, because Katniss has his own custom role and it's not fair. I want one too. We can have a look into that. To be fair, there's a few custom roles on the Discord. There is also Crew of Astros has Head of Lunar Operations, I think. I don't know if he's still got that. That was from ages ago. Really early. Really early. Kerbal Gets Real, that was from. Long time ago, when my channel was very small. Very small and only starting out. So we're gonna make our next stage, which will be something like this. If I grab myself this, make something like that. I'm going to turn Spotify down a little bit because it still does sound a little bit loud. Right, okay. And then I think the only second stage engine that I have at the moment before unlocking the AJ10, if I come into here, would be the S2.253. And one thing that I have said, I am going to not limit myself between Russian and American engines in this series. I'm just going to, if I've got the ability to use it, I am going to use it, because I need all the help I can get trying to get past the fact that we're not going to be simulating anything. So I think if we make this into one of these, aluminium 2, and fill this up with the correct weight. Oh no, is this a... Oh, damn it, it's a high-pressure engine. Oh, that's going to be painful, because that's going to make this tank way heavier, but it's not the end of the world. And we'll fill that up with kerosene, and what else was there in there? Kerosene, AK-20, that like some special assault rifle, and nitrogen. I'm not entirely sure, but we'll whack that in there. And how much do we weigh at the moment? Almost 7 tons. It's burning for 124 seconds. What is the rated burn time on this engine? I do not know, because I've never ever used this engine. It's just the only engine that I know has a that you can fire up in flight at this kind of stage in the game. Wasps are useless. I mean, wasps kill some certain bugs. They have their own place in the food chain. They're annoying as heck, and they always try and fly at me. I think it's because I have blonde hair and they're attracted to the, the light colour hair, and probably sugary blood, being diabetic. Or at least that's what I tell myself. But yeah, no, they always bother me. Always bothering me in summer when I'm out in a beer garden with my friends, and there's just wasps coming in and attacking me all the time. One thing as well, for this series that I'm doing, that I will be, like, uploading these streams to, I think I'm going to have to go in and redo all the build sections, because when I talk on stream, it takes me a lot longer, because I'm obviously talking about things that are going on. I'm trying to find that damn engine. Where is it? It's the S2 thingy-majiggy. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? S2 2.53, there we go. I just want to see the rated 95 seconds. So this is actually way too much, so we need to bring this down. There we go. That is a lot better, 95.36. We currently have 5,501 meters per second of delta V. So we need just shy of 4,000 meters per second in order to get this to orbit. I think that might be possible. Oh, do I really want to try this, though? Because remember, I can't simulate this at all. So if I build this, that's us done. It's like, this is what we're going for. And it might work, it might not. I can't test this out at all, which is a little bit scary. But it's what we're going to have to deal with. How much do we weigh? We weigh 6.1 at the moment. So I do want to bring this up to 6. We'll bring it up to 7, actually. And then we will make this a little bit smaller. Avionics utilization, I want to get that down quite low. 86.8, that should be fine. Then we're going to come in and go to Tank UI and get rid of like most of this. Probably put like 1,000 in there, or 1,069. Nice. Just because. And that will give us 6 hours and 13 minutes with 1 day and 17 hours in that. That should be more than adequate. Kanasa is British. I am British. Who was asking if I'm British? Does the accent not give it away? Do I need to be speaking in a much more posh, a much more la-di-da, like South London, Chelsea, British accent, or like I don't know. I couldn't really do a posh English accent if I tried. I'm not very great at replicating different English accents unless I go for a northern one, because they're usually pretty easy to do, and to be honest, I lived in the north for a long time, so I was very, very, very used to the accent. All right, a lot of this is just going to be me like focusing on building this at the beginning of the stream. If you don't like builds, well, sucks to be you, because that's what we're going to be doing at the beginning. Right, I think that should be okay. No, I want the base size 2.5. And we want to probably make that go up to about there. Yeah, that should be fine. And actually, now that I've done that, I'm going to take that off. And I'm going to increase the height, because I'm going to put the avionics for this stage in here. There is one thing that I've forgotten to do about this part of the rocket so far, and that is to add some sort of... Where are the... Wait, what? Do we not have RCS yet? Has that changed? Oh, that's annoying. How am I going to spin stabilize my rocket now? With magic? I might have to go and have a look in research and development and see if I can figure out where my RCS has gone. Because that's annoying. We've only got these little rubbish linear ports, which, I mean, they will be alright for direction, but I really would like to spin this up. I suppose what I could do is do something like that, and then if I want to spin, we can go for like those, and then that way we can spin in one direction, but we can only spin in one direction, and that, to be honest, that should be alright. Engine, I do want to purchase HTP, because HTP is a much better configuration, because, well, it's a lot more dense. And as I said, there might be spin motors in the engine section. I mean, I do have, if I, where are they? Come to here. I could put a couple of these on, but I much prefer doing this with RCS, because that way you can kind of like really control it and make it a lot slower. It's just something that I honestly prefer doing, but alright. I'm actually going to finish this stage first. We're getting ahead of ourselves. 5.78 tons. So we don't actually need 6 tons in there. Or 7 tons. We only need 6. So we can make that a little bit smaller. And to be honest, the smaller the better, because then we're saving on mass elsewhere, and it's going to be great. But what we do need to do is get some conventional structure tanks. We're going to make these into a fillet cylinder. We're going to make these very, very, very small. The length, very, very, very small. Diameter, probably 2. Length, maybe like 5. And fillet will be as big as it possibly can be. Because what I want to do with this is we're going to turn this into high pressure tanks, and this is where we're going to store our RCS fuel. I could actually put RCS fuel in here, but to be honest, that's just a ball ache to figure out how much we want to put in there. It's much easier to use separate tanks. Right, let's try and do this so that, you know, this is where I want it to be. If we go for something... Oh, no, that's 3. To be honest, I just want 2. I just want 2. 2 will do us fine. And then we'll bring that in there like so. Bring that up there like so. And then bring that in there. Lovely. And if I come in here, and we can put HTP and helium in there. And what is our delta V looking like now that we've done that? 5,000. We still need about 4,000 meters per second of delta V. Okay, we might be able to do this. Use separation booster to spin it. Yes, I know, but I want to have, I know I could do that, but I want to be able to use RCS for this because I want the spin to be very, very, very gentle. And if I have spin motors, getting that gentle spin means I'm going to need to test it, or like at least try and really fine tune it. And I'm not going to be able to do that because I don't have simulations. If I use RCS, well, I can just hold down E or Q even, because it'll be spinning this way, and that'll be fine. I don't have to worry about testing it because I can do it whilst we are in flight, and that should hopefully be a little bit better. So we need 4,000 meters per second of delta V from this stage. Is that possible? I think it should be. I'm fairly confident we might be able to do this, but I don't know. This might be a bit of a fool's errand. We'll have to see how this goes. I've honestly got no idea because it's been forever since I tried building a caveman design, and I usually tested it when I did that, so I had the luxury of being able to test it, which I don't at the moment. Right, I think we might get a conventional structure balloon tank for this lower part because, you know, these usually look good at the bottom of a rocket. And we'll bring this down here. Now, there is one engine that I am thinking of using, and it's the LR-43, the predecessor to the LR-89. I think that's a fairly new engine in RO, and it might be something that might be quite good to use. Monkey Design, are you on 1.12.3? I'm on 1.12.3, or are you talking to someone different? I'm definitely on 1.12.3. It is all updated for 1.12.3 now, and it is very, very nice. So yeah, no, we've got the LR-43, LR-89. It is going to cost us 80,000 funds, but I am absolutely going to be using the LR-89 series later on, and I think that will unlock quite a bit of the funding for the LR-79 as well, whereas if this all goes tits up, well, we can use the LR-79 too. So, one engine. What are we going to get with this? And how long is the burn time? 65 seconds, that's not long. Yeah, see, that's 127 seconds just with that. And how much delta V do we get from that? We're still a little bit shy, but what we can do is something like this, and whack 2 engines on the bottom, because 2 is always better. Oh my god, we're getting 2.95 thrust to weight ratio off the pad. That's insane. That is absolutely bonkers. And it's also a separate that it might help if we actually made this the correct type of tank that we are going to want to use. That's smart, because these are much lower dry mass. The dry mass on these is much better. So we're burning for 105 seconds there. That's a little bit too much. I think I might have to overburn this stage anyway. Oh, is it going to be possible with this? Or, see, 9,678. Yes, that's fine. That is actually great. That is wonderful. We can get rid of loads of that and still be on for orbit. Ooh, 8.5. We could overburn for 10 seconds on this. I'm not sure if it's worth the risk, because those are being burnt at pretty much exactly where they should be. But the thrust to weight ratio off the pad is 2.76. That's mental. But we have enough delta V to get to orbit. And it's only 45 tons. And I don't think I've forgotten anything. I've got RCS for this stage. Got our way to get into orbit. Have we got everything that I'm going to want in here? Let's have a look. Avionics prototypes. There's a lot of electric charge in here, so we can actually get rid of some of that and give ourselves some more delta V. So if we just say whack that down to 1,000, which I think should be more than enough, we now go up to 9,409. That's amazing. Upgrade the engine. I can't upgrade the engine yet, I don't think. Yeah, no, I can't. Because we need to wait for 56 to 57 orbital rocketry to be able to upgrade these engines, unfortunately, and I have not unlocked that yet, which is why I'm using this. If I had 56 to 57 orbital rocketry, what I would be doing is just an LR-79, an AJ-10, and an Aerobee. That is a much better, a much safer way of being able to get to orbit. 45 tons is light AF. Yes, it really is. That should work. We are overburning that by 10 seconds, But my experience with test flight is that you can overburn things by about 10 seconds and you should still be absolutely fine. I'm not sure if that's me speaking too soon, and those are going to be famous last words that I'm going to absolutely eat later on, but I kind of want to try it, you know. We're obviously not going to simulate, because that is part of the rule set, but I'm not building anything at the moment, and I probably have the money to be able to build this up. These are going to be expensive, and this is going to be slightly expensive, but I think it might be doable. Yeah, I think I'm going to give it a go, you know? I think we will try it. And if it fails, then I have been an idiot. We're going to get the mass spectrometer on there, because then at least we can get some science from this. We'll get the barometer, and we will also get a thermometer. I don't think we're going to need all of those, so I'm fairly sure we've got... to be honest, I don't think we need a barometer or a thermometer. I think we've got all of the science that we're going to need from low Earth orbit already, so we'll have to see. Overburning. I feel like overburning won't go well. We'll have to see. I think I've played with test flight before, and overburning by that much should be okay. I used to build Saturn 1s. I remember building Saturn 1 with the 6 RL-10 upper stage. And every time I flew one of those, one of the RL-10s always failed due to test flight. And that meant the other RL-10s were burning for like an extra minute or so to counteract the fact that one of them had gone, and I never ran into any problems with that. But we'll see. This could go terribly wrong. To be honest, the only thing that I would lose out on funds here if I bought this and built this would be this engine here, because I'm never ever going to use that again. I will use these for some sort of Atlas kind of style of vehicle, but this is something that we will never ever use. Now I want to get a nice mount for this, because, you know, I want it to look pretty. Come on, do we have anything that looks good? Maybe mount Odyssey single. Don't really want the Centaur mount. I think that's not really what we want to go for here. The Vulcan, that looks bloody perfect. Look at that. That is amazing. That was meant to be. Absolutely meant to be. I love that. That looks awesome. And I think we can actually change that to a recolor, so we can turn this into a B shade of rocket if we do want to. Which we absolutely will. Look at that. We don't need any fins or anything, because we will be controlling this ourselves manually, so it shouldn't need any really aerodynamic stability, which should be fine. Can I also check the Discord? I won't check Discord whilst I stream, because then it will just be a stream of me checking Discord, and nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see that. I saw images on Google. It's a monkey design. It makes sense. The thrust-to-weight ratio has the hitting force of a gorilla. Yes, indeed. This is going to go. This, when we launch this, it will absolutely fly. We could do a modular launch pad, but to be honest, I'm not sure if I can be bothered building one of those. I think we'll just get some of these. So, yeah, these are all HTP. I think maybe it might be smart as well having some face, come on, this way. If we get 4 coming in this general direction, and then that way we can, you know, provide ullage to that, and that should be fine. Although the separation of this should also be able to provide sufficient ullage for this stage as well. So that should be good. I'm going to try this. I'm actually going to try this because I'm curious. Curiosity, not really the best thing to have when you're doing a rule set that means you can't use simulations, but, you know, it's fine. Nothing terrible will go wrong, right? And what we're going to do is very, very, very quickly, we're going to, of course, make this into a B color. So let's go for black metallic. I wonder if it still stores my yellow color that I did in the last live stream, because that would be very, very, very handy if it did. So let's have a look. No, it doesn't. Damn it, I'm gonna have to make yellow again. I think, what did I do? I did this, didn't I? And I just went whoop. There we go. Look at that. Yellow, instant yellow. Curiosity killed the cat. The cat NASA. Definitely. Check staging. I will check staging. I'll make sure that my staging is all fine once I've coloured this in pretty colours. I think maybe I might leave the fairing, the interstage white, just because having a yellow interstage is going to look absolutely disgusting. And I would rather it not look absolutely disgusting. We're also going to change the core texture on this. I think maybe we'll go for... what looks bee-like? That, because it's stripy. Yes, and we'll have it yellow and black all the way down, and it's going to be great. Yes, I feel like this is absolutely the way that we need to go. So we want to store that color, and we want to close that. Then we want to come into here, open recoloring GUI. We want to go load color. And we want to load you, and we're going to make you black as well. And then for the mount, we're also going to load color. Or we could actually get that to be black, and then we could get that to be yellow, like so. Yes, I love it. I love it. It's beautiful. It is the bee rocket. And Karnasa is the beekeeper. Bee, busy bee. I think I'm going to call this rocket the queen bee. I think that will be the name for this. It's just kind of like what I've got in my mind. It's going to be our first attempt at going orbital, and I thought, you know, Queen Bee would be quite nice. Right, let's try and make this a bit more stripy, because I'm sure we must have something that we can make it a bit more stripy with. Some stripes. There we go. We'll go for that. Delta 4 metal, and if we go, I think, load color. And then we can get black paint metallic. No, that's not what I wanted. I want that. And then we can load color there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep that black paint metallic. I think we'll go for that. There we go. And maybe I'm going to actually change this to black paint metallic as well. And then it will look really like a bee. And I'm really hoping that I've not actually forgotten anything critically important. There we go. This is our first satellite. Isn't it wonderful? It's just a rocket. It's just a missile. I don't know how I feel about this. We're going to see. We'll load the color in there as well. And then if you... Yeah, there we go. And that will match. I did say that I wasn't going to do that for that, but you know what? Screw it. It needs to be black and yellow. Black and yellow all over, because that way it is the bumblebee. Okay, right, side ends. We're going to go for plain metal there, and we're just going to finally color this in. This has just been a live stream of me painting this rocket. I do profusely apologize. We will get to some more interesting things later on in the stream. Science experiments. I have a magnetometer on here already. Okay, a mass spectrometry on there already. That is the only science experiment that I am going to be able to use, because I've already got all of the thermometer and barometer readings that I can. We do have an advanced biological capsule, but in order to make use of that, we are going to have to return that, so there's no point putting that on. So yeah, the only thing that we do need is this mass spectrometer. Once we unlock more science, obviously we will be able to put more on, but at the moment, that is it. Right, so let's sort out staging. We want to fire our engines first, then we want to decouple those. Those can go all the way up there. Then we want to decouple... No, we probably want to fire this up first. Then we want to decouple that stage. With that, then we fire up the RCS. Then we fire up that, and then that. And that should be good. And Delta V stats... We have 9,427 meters per second of Delta V, which is more than enough to get us to orbit. I'm liking this. I'm actually liking this. I think this could be the one. This might get us into orbit. It's going to be damn expensive, though. How much is it going to cost at all? 47,000. Ooh, that's a lot of money. And how long is it going to take to build that? 117 days. We might get an orbit in 1953 here. Don't I need more RCS? I think the RCS that we've got should be more than sufficient. I might be wrong. We've got all of these. So we can spin it, we can maneuver it, and we can ullage. shouldn't need any more than that. At least I don't think so. And yeah, no, I do believe that should be all we need to do. It's a shame. The reason why this is going to cost so much at all is because these bloody payload fairings, they cost so much. Like, look, they cost more than anything else except for this massive tank. That's really annoying that the payload fairings are ridiculously expensive. But I think what we are going to do is we are actually going to start buying all of the engines. So, how much is the S2? Please don't be a lot. Please don't be a lot. It's 15,000. That's not actually that bad. Come on. It's not like this. Yep, we're doing it. We're doing it. I'm buying things. Things have been purchased. There we go. And we have 66,000 left after buying those 2 engines. That's not a lot of money. That's not a lot of money. Oh, this is going to be... Yeah, this is going to be really tight. This is going to be really, really tight. The worst comes to the worst, though. We can build up some other bumblebees and do some other contracts and get a little bit more money. But yes, this is really towing the line in terms of funding here. I think what we will do is I will tool all of these individually. And hopefully, maybe with a little bit of luck, we might get a bit better price. It's going to be 33,000. So we're going to be on 19,000. And then this is going to cost 2,000 to build. I've done it. We're going to need these diameters tooled anyway. So that's not the end of the world. Because even if I go for the LR87 AJ10 route, this is the same diameter that I would be using. All of this would be the same, except we just have different engines. You've been pinged. I've been pinged. Who's been pinged? Sandbox cover's been pinged. The first stage is the most balls-to-the-wall rocket stage I've ever seen, except the N1. Yeah, this is just got a little bit crazy. The fact that we're 2.7 thrust-to-weight ratio off the pad, that's insane. This thing is going to fly. We're overburning by 10 seconds as well. This thing is just gonna... It's going to go far. It's really going to go far. Right, so we should just be able to launch... No, we still need to buy the hollow interstage ring, the altitude jets, and the procedural fairing, which I will do right now. There we go. We'll get that. We'll get that. And we'll also get... If I can find it, it was that one, wasn't it? There we go. The Bumblebee has been built. We've only got 14,000 funds left. We're going to have to hope and pray that this works. If this doesn't, well, it's just going to be back to the sounding rocket grind for a bit more. I just wanted to see if I could get orbital, like pretty much at the beginning of this stream. Right, so hang on. We're going to, we'll save that. Overwrite, yeah. And what we'll do is we'll add this to a building plan as well. And then that way, at least we can just keep churning these out if we need to. Staging is all right. I'm a little bit worried about this because this could go all tits up. Kanasa, you need to be more Kerbal. Put 3 engines instead of 2. See, I probably could put 3 engines on there, but that would make the thrust-to-weight ratio go to a phenomenal amount. We wouldn't be overburning, but we still have a bit of room on that. It's only 45 tons, which isn't bad. But yeah, that's going to take 117 days to build. How long do we still have left on this contract? And what's the other Oh, it's first scientific satellite, isn't it? So we have 615 days still on this contract, which isn't bad. We should be able to do this. And that gets us, if we complete that, 141,000, and then we get loads of money there. And then we're laughing. We're really good if we get all that sorted. Okay. So I think that should be okay. First solar-powered satellite we can't do yet because we don't have solar panels. Which one of these is... Yeah, the altitude sounding rocket will get us a lot of money. That won't get us a lot of money. So we could also do this as well. 165. How much do we get for that? So we get 37,000 for that, and we get 40,000 for that. So either one of those. Worst comes to the worst, we can pick up one of those and we can get a nice advance. If this rocket fails, yeah, we won't be... It won't be career over yet. I am putting a lot of faith into this. considering there is a good chance that this isn't going to work. We're gonna get this built before we've even unlocked satellite era material science. We'll get a 1953 launch. No simulations have taken place on this stream series, and I don't think I've ever launched a rocket this early before. I don't think I've ever gone orbital this early. So I've obviously done something right. Obviously it's no speedrun record, but things are going okay. So we're going to warp to complete, and here we go. See you later, Katniss. Thank you for coming by to start the stream. I know it was a bit later than usual. That's my fault. I was very tired and I fell asleep. And yes, it was a nap that turned into a 3-hour-long sleep. Right, so how much is that going to cost us actually to roll out? 6 days, and it's going to cost us 804 funds. Okay, well, we're going to Obama pad 69. I'm going to have to pop off in a second because my insulin pump stopped working again. So I might have to go and sort that out. But I want to get the Bumblebee all launched. So 51 days until we get that science. Right, here we go. First launch of this live stream. Theoretically, potentially, could be our first ever orbit. Maybe. I'm kind of excited. Launching orbital in 53, and I'm still building sounding rockets. I mean, 1953 is pretty normal to be doing sounding rockets. This has been a really fast run for me. I know people like TD Channel. He's probably in orbit by 52, whatever. He's very, very, very quick at speedrunning. I've never actually looked up like speedrunning strats or done anything like that, so I've got no idea how to do it. But I imagine I'm doing a pretty solid route to get there at the moment. I know you have to caveman like your first orbit, and this is a caveman design, but we'll see. Anyway, it has loaded, so now that that's gone, I'm going away, and we're going to try and launch this. 1952. What's your goal of this series? Probably just to try and land Kerbals on the moon. I think that's going to be where we're going to end it. Because after that, it gets really tricky. Like planning out a Mars mission with no simulations, that's going to be hell. It's going to be absolute hell. Right. Oh no, I didn't change the launch site. Oh, we're at the standard launch site. That's really annoying. Oh well, that's okay. Not the end of the world. Oh, I am worried. I need more hype music than this. Hang on, do I have anything hypey? Do I have anything on my record box that's hypey? No. I mean, I've got some songs that I've made, but they're rubbish, so they're not exactly going to be great. This is like first orbit though. This is way too chill. Hang on, I'm going to skip. So let's find something a little bit more in. I mean, this sounds a little bit better. There's some like piano stabs, so I'm happy with that. So whenever I try to do that, they won't show up. Maybe I'm missing. How do you get the engine mounts? Yeah, no, they're just part of our tanks, I believe. I've never had a problem with them not showing up. So Karnasa songs. I've only got like one song of me. One of them's a sing-songy song, two of them are sing-songy songs, and one of them's a half-finished drum and bass song that no one wants to listen to because it's like half-finished and it's out of tune and all of that. It's pretty bad. Anyway, I sang at the beginning of this stream. I can't be playing all of my music in one stream. Right, okay, so I think, yeah, I think I'm ready to go here. We're going to see if this is going to work. I have my doubts because of the overburn and because of how big the thrust to weight ratio is. Oh, it's gone down. Oh, it's because I was looking at vacuum thrust to weight ratio. But still, yeah, here we go. Operation Balls to the Wall is a go. Here we go. So throttle up. 3, 2, and 1. We have successful ignition on both of those engines, and look at that speed. We are going. We are on our way. We've already got 100 meters per second and we're barely left the pad. This is madness. This is very, very, very quick. Very, very, very quick. And because it's very, very quick, I'm going to have to make sure that I just keep bringing this down as quickly as possible. Yeah, the flight profile for this is going to be a bit of a weird one to figure out, because the first two stages, both of them, are incredibly quick. Like, the thrust-to-weight ratio on this is also 1.57. So, yeah, this is going to be interesting. We'll have to see. No engine failure yet. And we're doing all right in terms of flight profile, I guess. I think maybe we could be tipping over a bit more. Yeah, because look, yeah, no, we want to go. We want to go. Go down, because now we are at 100 kilometers apogee, and I don't want to be quite there yet, because I want to make that, yeah, oh, God damn it. Right, we've got 10 seconds left on this burn. We are really feeling the G-forces now. 168, right, 3, 2, fire up that engine. Something... What the hell happened there? Why did that overheat so much? If it's because that engine was inside that fuel tank, that's gonna really piss me off, because that's where the node was. I didn't offset that. That's just where the engine was when I placed it on the fuel tank. Oh! No, it wouldn't have been because I ignited it in a fairing. Because I have done stuff like that before a lot. I am confused. I am very confused. I have a sneaking suspicion it's because the engine was offset. So the engine actually started about here. And it was like offset all the way into here. But that's where the node placed it. I didn't move that in or anything. Nope, that was just how it be. Well, I mean, we can go a bit further with this. Let's make sure the RCS works. The RCS does work. Lovely. Let's just go prograde. Point this way. Just make sure that everything works fine. That's really annoying. At least I know this works. How much RCS fuel do we actually have? Come on, let me check this. Lots. Oh, I'm pissed off. I'm really pissed off. Let me examine. Have you landed on the moon? Yeah, absolutely not. We just tried to go for first orbit, but the engine exploded. Something went terribly wrong. I just choked on my cereal. OD, you might be broke. I won't be broke, because I'll be able to launch another... I'll be able to launch another smaller rocket. Why is this not going prograde? Like... Come on, just kill our rotation. I think it might be because of the way we've got all of these angled. Maybe I should place some coming in this way as well. Like, this is just spinning out of control. We're getting absolutely... I suppose this is very heavy. That might be why. Usually these would be working when this is empty. And this is now going to be like 6 tons. Right, well, I'm going to wait until we're roughly pointing prograde, and then I'm going to just fire up the Aerobee. So... really annoying. And yeah, because we were wobbling, we're wobbling all over the place. Damn it! Atmosphere heat, about 773k on 40 kilometers with that speed. Potentially, maybe. Did you put anything in the interstage? There was the avionics there for the stage below it. I'll go in, I'll have a look. I'll do a slightly different design for that. And if it still doesn't work, then I think we'll wait till 56, 57 orbital rocketry and just build what I usually build. That's really annoying, though. We could have got an orbit in 1953. I'm going to just go back to the Space Center because there's no point, like, hanging around this. Operation Balls to the Wall is a complete... I mean, it wasn't a complete failure. We worked out that I put the right RCS configuration into those tanks, so that's nice to know. Apart from that, though, the fact... Well, and the first stage worked remarkably well. It was just... everything else. And of course, everything else is what we need to work. We need the whole thing to work in order for us to get to orbit. The engine might have clipped into the avionics and overheated. Potentially, what? Oh, hello. What is this? Wait, what did I click to get this up? I don't know what this is. It's not that. How did I get this? How do I shut it? Oh, cancel. There we go. I've never seen that before. I've got no idea what that was. Right, anyway, let's go into the vehicle assembly building. We will have enough money to build another one of these, to be honest. We've still got 11,000 funds. I successfully blew up the engine. Yes, we did. We created a fireworks show. That's all that we were trying to do, was just create a fireworks show. So I think maybe... what we can do is raise the height on this a little bit, and hopefully that doesn't balls up the tooling on this. It does, and now it's only 1,540. That's not the end of the world. And to be honest, we could probably get away without spending that. Although that is going to add... Jesus, that's... I hate fairings. I hate fairings. They add so much. But yeah, like, this engine is floating in here. Should that be doing that, or should we have that there? And my answer is I don't know. I honestly do not know. Oh, god damn it! Now this is going to be super expensive, isn't it? Oh, it's only 1,569. Oh god. Yeah, I'm gonna move this down. This stage is gonna look super janky. But be it janky and it work, I would much rather that be the case. Much rather that be the case. I'm also going to get 4 of these. And we're gonna place them in this direction. So we've got full coverage with RCS. Come on, let me just select this one, please. And let's turn off snap, and we'll move you there. And there we go. We've got full coverage with our RCS. Come on. Oh, god damn it. Why is this not liking me today? There we go. We'll place that there. And we'll bring that like there. There we go. We've got full RCS coverage. Just do it! The engine clipping into the tank may have done something. Yeah, I know, but if we look, the node is actually there in the middle. So if I just place it on, that's where it goes. That's where the node is. And I mean, it kind of makes sense because we've got these here, but I don't know. I bet I launch this again and we get an engine failure, which would just be typical. But we've got some options. Worst comes to the worst, like I said, I can just launch another sounding rocket and get a little bit more funds, a little bit more funding. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to tool this fairing up. We're going to try this again. 1,500, 700. Yeah, that's fine. We've got 9,700 funds remaining. It's a lot longer now. I kind of still like the look of this. It's all right. How is our staging looking? That's all okay. This, like, overburning it didn't cause us any problems either. That was fine. The overburn was fine. It was just this stage that decided to balk. I think it was only that engine. I don't think that burning, like, the atmospheric temperature should have melted that then, but I might be wrong. What? Yes, because I'm streaming. But what? You what? You can hear me over your game? Well, tough titties. Alistair coming in just to tell me off for being very loud streaming, apparently. How much did I miss? You missed the failure of our first orbital rocketry, the Bumblebee 1. So we're now going to go to the Bumblebee 2, and hopefully that will work. Have I told all of this? I think I have. Everything should be okay. And yeah, no, everything is good. So we are going to launch this again, and we have 5,248 funds. Oh, this is not looking good. This is not looking good. You what, mate? Boobs or bait, boobs. Yes. I'm just slowly having a stroke here, apparently. Opposing space agency sabotaged. Maybe that was the case. Maybe someone was being very sneaky and they came in, snuck into our vehicle assembly building and planted some sort of, I don't know, suboptimal metal on that engine and caused it to melt. Right, so it's going to be 118 days until we build this. Which means we are going to unlock... Ah, look, they've all gone yellow now as well. Brilliant. That's great. So we are going to research these at normal speeds. Or we're not. No, we're still 0.87. Research rate, 0.87. Hang on. Why is that? That should now be just 1. Hello? Maybe if we go into R&D and back out. Now that they're yellow, that should just... Save. No, apparently that's what we're going to be getting. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. 4,000 funds. Oh, this is really, really close. And we've still got 67 days. I might not even have enough money to roll it out to the pad. I will have enough money to roll it out to the pad. I will. We will. So on the 20th of January, 1954, we're going to be launching Bumblebee number 2. If this doesn't work, I'm going to wait until we get 56, 57 orbital rocketry. I'm going to lock the LR-79, and in order to fund that, I'm just going to launch a few sounding rockets, and that should be good. It does mean that we'll probably reach orbit by the end of 55 or 54, which will be a bit of a shame, but what are we going to do? Hang on, am I recording any of this? Yes, I am. Oh, I had a bit of a heart attack then. Right, so we're going to roll that out. We have 2,000 funds left. Rail Cowgirl. Hello, welcome, Rail Cowgirl. Welcome to the stream. Big bag of floppy ding-dongs, BFOFD. Why is that in relation to? Are we just saying, like, really random, kind of naughty-sounding things? Also, I did mention in the stream yesterday, if you weren't there yesterday, anyone on the stream today, I am a little bit unwell at the moment, so my voice may sound a little bit weird. I might be a little bit sniffly. I might be breathing a little bit funny because, obviously... Yeah, I've got definitely not COVID. It is actually not COVID. I don't have COVID because I've done like 1 billion lateral flow tests and they've all come back negative. But I've just got finding it a little bit hard to breathe. Right, so we're going to launch Bumblebee number 2 at Obama pad number 69. What on earth are you doing? You're walking around like a friggin' T-Rex in this office with your arms out like a dinosaur. Like, make a dinosaur noise. You from Jurassic Park or something. Rawr. Rawr. What are you doing? I wasn't there, sorry. That's okay, honestly. Like, I've streamed 2 days in a row now. That's very, very, very unusual for me. And obviously, I've had 2 videos released the past couple of days as well. I've been very busy in terms of content on my YouTube channel. Yes, I've been trying to get some content out now that I am in my Easter break. It's nice. I have the time to actually pay attention to the channel. Right, so we are back out at the pad. This is a little bit longer now. And I think this should be a little bit better. Hopefully the engine doesn't explode this time. Hopefully test flight is still nice and we don't really suffer anything bad. The flag here is normal as well. It's not going crazy like the flag at the launch site that we have been launching from. And I've just realized, once again, I forgot to change the launch site for this cape because you can change the launch site to make it a little bit nicer. So, okay, RP-1 is fun in science. I've never actually tried doing science mode with an RP-1 install on. It's something, yeah, no, I've never, I like the career aspect of it. I like managing my funds and really running myself into the ground and, yeah, just absolutely balking everything up. Right, so Problem is, like, someone said that it may be because of how low we were in the last flight as well, like when we released the second stage. Problem is, we were already, our apogee was already going very, 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 very high. And I don't want it to go too high because otherwise it's going to be impossible to make orbit. And in order to counter that, we're going to have to take quite a shallow trajectory. But I don't know if that's going to be what's causing us to explode. I'm going to say it's not and go for a similar sort of trajectory. But we're just going to hope. If that causes us to explode, then yes, then we will. Then I'm a little bit screwed, and we'll have to think of something else. But anyway, we are going to be launching Bumblebee number 2 in 3, 2, and 1. There we go. Lovely, lovely stuff. And we are off at the speed of sound, pretty much like almost instantly. We are very, very, very quick off the launch pad here, and I am going to take that up so I can see how long of a burn time we've got left. Actually, no, I should just be looking at that. That's a way better way of figuring it out. So we want to come up a little bit here, and we want to start coming down. Oh, you couldn't make this up. You absolutely could not make this up. I hate you, test flight. Why have you done this? That's really upsetting. That's really, really, really upsetting. Oh well, part of the game. Part of the game. Oh. Now we're just gonna watch this little black end of the Bumblebee number 2 fall gracefully to the ground. That's really upsetting. That's really, really upsetting. Oh. I've got no money. I don't have any money, no. But I can pick up a contract. I can pick up the sounding rocket contract, which will give me 20,000 funds. So I can do that, and I will be able to recover from this. I'm not out of it yet, but we are close. We are definitely close. Cover it up and beg for funding. No, we'll be fine. We don't have to cover anything up. Everything will be fine. We can get out of this. We absolutely can get out of this because we still have a contract available, which we can basically use that to get some advanced funding. And I basically want to try this rocket. I'll try it one more time. And then if this doesn't work, then we'll unfortunately have to like grind some more sounding rockets, which isn't the end of the world. And look, we can recover some of this. We'll get, we get 124 funds back from that one. That's quite nice. And yeah, no, let's build Bumblebee number 3. And in order to do that, we are going to have to come in here. And what we will do is we will pick up that. That's really not actually that difficult. And we could probably do that with... In fact, we could do that with the biological sample experiment that I've got, and that gives us like 46,000. So we are going to pick that up. And look, suddenly we have money again. But we're going to use that money to build Bumblebee number 3. And then if Bumblebee number 3 also fails, well, you know what? I'm saying screw the Bumblebee program. We're going to get rid of that. What we will do is we'll build some sounding rockets, launch a few of those. And then we will build a more advanced orbital rocket later on down the line. So Bumblebee number 3, I'm not going to change anything because that was a test flight failure. That was nothing that I did wrong, and we're going to launch this. Here we go. Money printer go brew. Thing is, yeah, we're not going to be doing any like cheating or we're not, anything that goes wrong. That's just terribly bad luck. No reverts, no quick saves, no quick loads, nothing like that in this series. So if anything goes wrong, including money, well, if I've run out of money, then we will just that'll be it. That'll be game over, unfortunately, and I'll have to start again. And I will do this again. If I do run out of money, I will start over again and try and get to the point. There we go. We've got 56, 57 orbital rocketry now. Get to the point where I can land Kerbals on the moon. I have done this. I know it is possible. It is possible. We're also going to be running out of science soon. That's a little bit concerning. So here we go. Bumblebee number 3. Come on, Bumblebee number 3. I believe in you. I have hope. I have faith. You can do it. You are the one that was destined to be orbital. Only our 3rd iteration. But I believe it will work. All right, let's get cracking on with this. Kanasa, time to kiss up to Congress. It's possible in Sandbox. Possible in Sandbox to do what? To do what? Pentabore and Kanasa, hey, glad you're back. Thank you, thank you. No, obviously, I did speak about it on the live stream yesterday and the videos that I've released. I was just a bit unwell. My mum was unwell. I had lots of uni work. I had to catch up with lots of uni work because of family illness and my illness. And I have now finished my spring term, so I'm in my Easter holidays at the moment, which means that I can come back and start doing live streams and start doing videos and all of that. Right, we're not going to faff about with this at all. We're just going to go surface, execute that, make sure that we've got that visible, and we're going to go. Here we go. This is the one. I can feel it. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it in my fingertips. This is the one. It will work. It has to. It absolutely has to. If this fails... Oh, the sound changed then a bit and it got me a little bit concerned, but I think it's because we're going through the clouds. Balls to the wall, number 3 is launching. Indeed it is, and this will be the one. This will be the one that can do it. I have faith in this rocket. I'm not sure if I should have faith in this rocket. It may be misguided, but, you know, it's faith nonetheless. See, that engine should also have the same sort of temperature capabilities as the engines that we've got on our lower stages. Right, we really need to start pitching down. Really need to start pitching down. Oh god, I've left this way too late. 120,000 our apogee at the moment. This has been a bad flight profile. I am a bad pilot. Everything has gone terribly wrong. But hopefully we should be okay. Oh god. Right, okay. Let's just go to 5, 2, 1. Fire that up. Go. There we go. Success. We have a successful separation. And we are on our way to orbit, hopefully today. Come on, just this can do it. This can do it. I have faith. I believe in you. You are the one that could. You are the rocket that could. We're going to turn on our RCS. Oh, just as long as this burns all the way. And then we need this aerobee to ignite as well. And I need to make sure that it all goes off without a hitch. 220,000 is quite high. I'm actually going to pitch down a little bit. We'll try and stay at about 220,000. Things are looking okay. They're going all right. This could be our first orbit. Go, 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 the Bumble Chad. I love that. Don't pitch down. Why not? What's wrong with pitching down? It means that I'm going to keep my apogee a little bit lower. And I think 220,000 is a decent amount. I want to keep this on surface. Here we go. 17 seconds of burn left on this stage. Things are looking good. We are in space. We are in space indeed. Any second now. 2 seconds of burn left. There we go. The S2-253 has finished its burn. Now what we're going to do is we're going to point prograde. Turn on the RCS. The RCS is moving us ever so slowly. But it's good. It's good. Now we just have this stage to do. 2 minutes and 6 seconds. This has a burn time of 52 seconds. So I want to stop wasting all of our RCS fuel. what I want to do is once we get to about 26 seconds, we want to release this. And we probably want to be going at about this sort of speed. Any faster than this and things will be... Yeah, we might start drifting. But I don't know. Let's time warp ahead to the point that we want to be. Right. What I'm going to do is we're going to come here now. We are going to turn back on. Yep, that's fine. We're going to try and ullage this engine a little bit. There we go. We have achieved some ullage. I think I'll release this at about 10 seconds, actually. And I'm going to change the staging on that. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to do that. Right, here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1, and go! We have nominal separation. The engine has fired up. We've got 3,000 meters per second of delta V, which should be more than enough to achieve orbit at this position. Here we go. If this works, this would be amazing. And we could have achieved orbit in 1953 had that friggin' thing, like, not overheated and blown up. For no reason whatsoever, apart from probably the fact that it was, yeah, the engine was too high up. Right. I'm going to go for the F2 screen now because there's nothing that I can do. I just have to sit and watch this. And I'm going to record this because this is obviously our first orbital flight. It's not going to do the spinny screen because I've changed the camera to free. So we're only going to find out if we've reached orbit once I get rid of the HUD. What do we reckon? Have we made it to orbit? I'm really hoping we have. Yes, we have. Look at that. 212 by 3,642.5 kilometers. We have achieved our first orbit. The Bumble Chad was successful despite 2 failed launches. We have made it. We have absolutely made it. And we won't get as much money as I'd like because, wow. Oh my god, we only get 36,000 because we technically failed the other contract, I think. Oh wait, no. We need to wait until we get the orbit contract. That's what we're waiting on. Yeah, we need to wait. Checking for stable orbit. Not that one, this one. 1 minute, and yeah. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to change it to chase. We're going to turn on the scientific experiment. Where are you? Telemetry analysis, we've already got all of that, but we'll get 8 science from mass spectrometry. And then we'll just watch this fly around the Earth a bit. Not that quickly. Isn't it beautiful? The Bumble Chad in its natural environment. Deep within space, or kind of like in low Earth orbit, but you know, deep in space. The Bumble Chad displays glorious signs of rocketry and wizardry. It's amazing. What a Bumble Chad indeed. It absolutely has saved our space agency. I think we'll get a nice little view of this from here in this angle and just watch it go by, because I think that'll be nice. And we'll see it suddenly appear over Earth. Glorious, 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 glorious stuff. I honestly kind of wasn't expecting that to work. I'm quite, I don't know. I'm quite amazed that that did work as well as it did. I was kind of second guessing myself after 2 failed missions, but nope, 3rd time was the charm. Didn't have any engine failures, didn't have any random exploding parts, and things just went according to plan. And now, if we look, we should have completed first artificial satellite. Look at that. There we go. Lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. No simulations up to this point, and we've done our first artificial satellite. Brilliant stuff. How much money do we have? 200,000. So that's not a huge amount, but I mean, it's still nice to have. Absolutely still nice to have. Anyway, with that being done, we can leave that in orbit for forever, essentially. We probably, I don't know if we'll get rid of that at a later date. We might do, just to save on, you know, like ships that are floating around in orbit and Yeah, we don't really want to like clutter up low Earth orbit, especially with Principia, because with Principia, the game is going to come to a complete standstill if I don't manage my debris very well. Orbit on an Aerobee. I always do my first orbits on an Aerobee. The Space Bee is the way forward. The Space Bee is revolutionary. It's how I always do them. So we've got 8.8 science. We can't really buy anything with that. I suppose we could get lunar range communications, but we're not going to be going to the moon quite yet, because what I want to do first is entry, descent, and landing. It's a little bit of a shame that I didn't unlock any more than that, but to be fair, once we unlock satellite era research, well, we will be able to send up something that will get us a little bit more science. Okay, so did I fail the other contract? No, I didn't. I still have that. Oh, it will no longer be offered once I complete the first orbit contract. So I can still get another 25,000 from that. So I might as well complete that now, because there's no reason not to. So I'll build a quick, dirty, cheap rocket in order to do that. And then I think what we're going to do afterwards is, as good as the Bumble Chad was, I think we're going to make like the Bumble Chad version 2, and we will use an LR79 and AJ10 and all of that, because they're much better engines. Let's come into the vehicle assembly building and put together something real quick, cheap and dirty that we can complete that sounding rocket contract for. The Bumble Chad squad. My first orbit was an AJ10 early. AJ10 earlies are pretty good for achieving first orbit. But my general design that I go for is an LR79 first stage, followed by an AJ10 early, and then having a Aerobee kick stage to finish it off. Right, we're going to save the Bumblebee 3, and what I'm going to do is come into, I think it's the B-Kit 3. Yeah, this one. So if we have a look, we need to go 170 kilometers with sounding payload of 115 units. This already has 130 units in, so that's fine. And we absolutely will reach 170 kilometers with this, so that is fine. All we need to do is, I don't think we need to tool this. It's going to take 35 days to build. We're going to launch that, and everything is good. And now with that being launched, I do want to take a look at how much it's going to cost us to buy the LR79. Because that is going to be a very nice engine. Hopefully it shouldn't be too much. Well, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? And I like using that a lot early game. LR79. What have we done? Name. So there's the LR. It should be around here. Huh. A4. LR79. Still 63,000. But we have that money. And the AJ10 series early is 36,000. I'm going to buy both of those because they're going to be useful later on. They're going to be useful for building like rockets that we're going to be using for suborbital returns, not suborbital returns, for orbital returns, which we will be able to get quite soon because we are researching entry, descent, and landing at the moment. Okay, so that's that all brought up, which we will be using a lot of. The LR-105 is now only 12,000. I'm not going to buy that now, but we will buy that at some point, and we probably will also buy the LR-105. No, not the LR-105. The gimbal engines for the Atlas, because we probably will go and do an Atlas at some point. But there we go. I think what we will do is we will open up the Bumblebee, or the Bumblebee 3. Now what we're going to do is we're going to make the Bumblebee V2, and we're going to use all of the good stuff. And I'm really annoyed that we don't have any better RCS. I think there must be a change. I need to go into research and development and see where those RCS quads have gone. Right, we're going to get rid of that. We're going to replace you with the AJ10 series early. Lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. And we are going to, we need high pressure tanks, which we do have. But we need to remove all tanks, and we fill that up with UDMH. That gives us a burn time of 276 seconds, which is quite frankly crazy. We do not need anywhere near that much. I think it's 115 seconds for the first AJ10, if I recall correctly. I might be wrong. I very well could be wrong. Let's have a quick look. It is 115 seconds. I was right. My memory served me well. Delta V stats, 119 seconds. Let's get that down just a little bit more. We'll do 1 that. There we go. Lovely stuff. Brilliant. Kanasa, rename the rocket the Bumble Chad, please. I think we should do, actually. I thought, yeah, the Bumble Chad, definitely. This instead of the Bumblebee version 2, it'll just be the Bumble Chad. This new version of orbital rocketry that we've got. So, yeah, Bumble Chad 1. Bumble Chad 1. And what we will do with this will be our rocket that will do first scientific satellite, probably first solar-powered satellite, all of that good stuff. I feel like this will definitely be able to do that. Right, I don't think we need any more RCS than that. Look at the weird RCS configuration we've got there. Looks absolutely crazy, but, you know, if it works, then it works. Right, so we can also probably... This is now only 3 tons. And we get... How much delta V do we get in these 2 stages? 4,902. Okay, so we don't get quite as much as the older rocket, but I know this will still work. So we go to... If we get the length down on that, we can make this 3 tons, like so. I think maybe what we can do in order to make this last a little bit longer and give us more science is come into the tank UI and give this, like, say, like 6,000 electric charge. And that'll make us last, I don't know how much longer, but it'll give us a bit more time. 2 days and 13 hours. Yeah, that's fine. I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite happy with that. We still get quite a lot of delta V from there. 4,851. This, I don't think we're going to change any more than that. 400 in electric charge. Yeah, that's fine. Then we want to get our first stage and bring this all the way down, because that's a little bit too big now. To be honest, the extra height, I'm not sure if we really need all that height, but we'll bring that down just a little bit to about there, and then hopefully nothing should go terribly wrong when we release this. Hopefully, I'm not entirely sure. Things may still get completely messed up. So we're gonna go for that, like so. We're going to get rid of those LR43s, and we're going to replace those with a LR79. Now, this hopefully shouldn't take too much longer to build, but you never know. It could take a while. There is a mount that goes really well with the LR79. Oops. And I can't remember which one it's called. It's not the boat tail. Is it the shroud tight? No, I don't think it is. Shroud small. There's one that just fits perfectly. Like, absolutely perfectly. It's not the SLS. Not the Pirios. Oh, damn it, I hate that it changes. Direct, no. Come on. Delta 4. That's the one that we want. So we want that to go there. Look how perfect that is. It's like it was designed for it. I think the Delta used the Thor kind of systems, didn't it? So that does make sense that this does actually work all together. Right, okay, so we're going to change the cortex of that, and I think what we will do is we will get that mount to be, I think we'll get that to be black, and then we'll get this to be the yellow that we've come to know and love of the Bumble Chad. And there we go, look at that, beautiful. We do need to remove all of the tanks from here though. And we need to replace it with Keralox, because that is going to be the fuel that we are going to be burning for this stage. There we go. And that gives us 150 seconds of burn time. How long can we burn this engine for? 182 seconds. So we can make this even bigger. Where is my delta V stats? Let's bring those up. They're over here. I tucked them away. Look at that. We get 10,000 meters per second of delta V now, which is insane. What's our thrust to weight ratio? Not that great. We don't really need 10,000 meters per second of delta V. So I think what I will do is just make sure that we have a decent thrust to weight ratio off the pad. Maybe we'll go for like 9 meters. We get 1.32 off the pad. We still get over 10,000 meters per second of delta V. That should be absolutely fabulous. This will be for first scientific satellites and all of that good stuff, and solar powered satellites, which we can't actually build yet, but we will be able to soon. So in order to get ready for that, we are going to start building this. So if I tool all of these, and the great thing about this is it's even cheaper, so it's going to take less time to actually build. Fabulous stuff. So we're going to launch Bumble Chad 1, being added to the build list, and we will save and continue. Lovely. 1.3 is not low thrust to weight ratio at SL. I like being above 1.2. I think, wasn't the Saturn V 1.24 at sea level? I can't remember off the top of my head, but no, I enjoy being above 1.3. Like 1.2, 1.3 is where I like to be for my launch vehicles. Perfecto. Nothing could go wrong. Foreshadowing. Absolutely. Well, I didn't think anything would go wrong with Bumblebee, or was it Bumblebee? Was it Bumble Queen? I can't remember. Did I call it Bumble Queen or Bumblebee? I'm not entirely sure. It's Bumblebee. It was meant to be the Queen Bee. I meant to call that Queen Bee, and now we've got Bumble Chad. But I kind of like that. There we go. That works out kind of nicely. Right. Okay. I am here. I'm just going to quickly pop out for 2 seconds because this thing is beeping, my diabetic pump. So I'll be back momentarily. I'm just going to put the be right back screen on. I'll literally be like 10 seconds. I did say I wasn't going to be too long. My pump has decided to fail again, so I'm actually, rather than changing my pump over midstream, I'm just going to use my old pen injections. Just give me a moment whilst I sort all of this out. But it's nice to know that I am missed. 10 seconds has passed. Was it really? That felt very, very quick. I literally just walked into the other room, grabbed my injection. Oh, god damn it. Did I not bring any needles in with me? Ah, that's annoying. I don't think I have. I usually have, like, a box of needles on my desk in case of emergencies, but it looks like I've used all of them. Oops. I might have to go away again for a second. 44 seconds? Was it really that long? It's much longer than I thought it was. Yeah, I'm going to go away. I'm actually just going to leave the game screen up. You can see me walking off in the distance whilst I go grab myself some diabetic supplies. And we're back. Hello, sufficiently sized egg. I am not dead. I am just dying of diabetes. I mean, I'm not dying of diabetes. I've been dying of diabetes for like the past 26 years. Huh? Car keys? I don't have them. Oh, maybe in my jacket. Are they in there? Oh yeah, I went to Aldi earlier on, didn't I? Bought you Greek low-fat yogurt. Nothing wrong with Aldi, except I don't like going there. But okay, see you later. Bye. Diabetes. Yes, no, I'm a sufferer of diabetes, and I have been for 26 years. I was diagnosed when I was very, 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 very small, and it's something that I've always had to live with. But you know, you get used to it. Although stabbing yourself with injections every day, maybe not so much. Die the Beatles. He is, you are he, and you are me, and we are all together. That was terrible singing. It's kind of hard to sing when you've got a cold, which is why when I sang to open up this live stream, I wasn't really sure if I was going to do that because I ran out of breath really quickly. Sounds annoying. It most certainly is. But it's not the end of the world, and you know I'm kind of used to it. I've had it for a long time. It's fine. Right, okay. Kanasa, is it type 1? Yes, it is. Yes, I am type 1 diabetic. Had it since I was 2 years old. So it's been a very long time. Generally, you get type 1 when you're younger. Type 2 is the one that you get more as you age, or if you have other health problems like obesity. And that is the kind of diabetes that type 2 is usually what's associated with that. Type 2 is insulin-resistant diabetes. So basically, it's because, from what I'm aware, I'm not a proclaimed expert on it, it's where, like, you get fatty buildup in your arteries and veins and all of that, so it prevents insulin from being able to cross the veins and arteries properly, which means it's harder for insulin to break down the sugars that are in your blood. Type 1 diabetes usually is where, or at least in my case, when I was 2, my immune system attacked my pancreas and destroyed the islet of Langerhans cells in my pancreas, which means that my body no longer produces any insulin whatsoever. So I just there, like, I've got a dead pancreas. I mean, it still does other functions, but yeah, type 2 diabetics still can produce insulin. It's just not absorbed by the body as well, whereas I cannot produce any insulin at all, which is why I have to give myself insulin using, like, these insulin pens. So yes, that's the difference, and usually type 1 is the one that you get when you're younger, type 2 when you're older, and all of that. Anyway, face is going because I've gone on the wrong screen, because we're going to be getting back into the game. Is the real Kanasa dead, or are you just a sentient hologram? I'm definitely not a sentient mammogram. What are you talking about? I am a real boy. I am a real boy with real feelings and personality and all of that kind of stuff. Anyway, we are going to get back into the game now. Honestly, why I said mammogram, I know you said hologram. I just thought it would be funny to say mammogram. It's just, you know, it's just the first thing that popped into my head. Anyway, well, we've built up our next set of orbital rockets. What we're going to do now is we're actually running out of tech to research, which is a little bit of a concern. But what we're going to do is we are going to launch beacon number 3, and this is going to be used to just achieve that contract. We do have 88,000 funds, which I might want to actually spend on something, but I think we'll do that after we launch beacon number 3, or beacon 3, for probably like the 20th time. We've launched a lot of them. Arnold Rimmer, Mark II. What's that in relation to? Launch from the Cape. We are launching from the Cape. So, yes, no, I need to make sure next time I use the 60-ton launch pad, I need to designate a launch site for that, because at the moment I am just using the predetermined launch pad that comes with the game. So yes, I have to remember, but we've already set up a launch site for the 20-ton launch pad, which is where I am launching this from. So yes, we are actually launching from the Cape this time. See? All the way over here. I really want to find out where those really cool launch sites are, the ones that are movable. Because they are freaking cool. But I am having difficulty actually locating them. I honestly thought, hang on, there they are. These move. These actually move, and it's awesome. So if I click that, look at them roll, and you can do it with the other one as well. Look at them sort of hop into position. It's amazing. And I set up a launch site here in another series, or another series that I was going to do. And I just think this is awesome. Like, they move. I think this is the only movable part in Katniss's Cape Canaveral mod, but just it's so cool. Really cool. Really cool. But yeah, that's what I was trying to find in the stream yesterday, but I couldn't see them. And then they're just over there. Right, okay, so this has everything that we need. It's not controlled at all, so all we need to do is press space, like so, and launch this up into space. And we might as well... Oh no, beacon number whatever's already run out of power. Yeah, that's fine. That's to be expected. I think, as well, I'm actually going to turn down the volume a little bit more, because it's still kind of loud compared to what I'm saying. Right, we'll apply that. There we go. Fine. Cool. I did not know that. You did not. I found it out completely by accident, because I was using those launch pads when I was basically... So this is the second time I filmed this series. The first time I got to land on Mars, And I thought, well, I can say that I've done it without sims and all of that, but, like, wouldn't it be better to live stream the entire thing so then people can actually see that I'm not doing any of what the rules say? And I thought, yeah, no, let's just start it again, because it'll be a fun thing to stream. But when I did that, I was launching Titans from those launch pads, and I accidentally clicked on it, and I saw it start moving, and I was like, oh my god, what the hell? It's moving. And I was really worried it was going to, like, come and destroy my rocket and crash into the side of my rocket, and I'd lose everything. But unfortunately, or fortunately, no, it does stop, and you don't really suffer anything. But it's a really, really cool, nice little thing. Furthest I've gotten so far is a flyby probe around the moon in career mode. I mean, that's still pretty good. I don't know how many hours it took me to do the uncrewed Mars landing. Probably, it was quite a lot. I've still got all of the footage from that series, and there was some really, really cool stuff that happened. Like, I remember my first rendezvous that I did, I really ballsed it up in the fact that I ran out of fuel to get the crew back home. So in order to get them back down safely, I did manage to recover them. I remember getting the Mercury capsule that they were in and tipping it one way, using turning off SAS, using a puff of RCS to start lowering the perigee. And then once it spun all the way around to the other side, fired it again. So you'd be still firing in the same direction and lowering my perigee, but it meant that we wouldn't be spinning out of control. It was one of the coolest things I've ever done. I'm gonna have to go back through and see if I can find that footage, because it was just like, oh my god, I can't believe I've engineered this way of saving them. It was really, really nice. But yeah, no, I'm not going to release any of that footage probably, because this is what I'm doing now instead. Right, so we should get that sounding rocket contract complete. To be honest, are we getting anything from this? No, we're not, so I'm just going to go back to the Space Center. I can't be bothered recovering this, sitting through ages waiting for this rocket to inevitably land, and, you know, we will recover it, but if we're not even going to get any science from it, I see no point following that all the way through. So I saw that in For All Kerbal Kind. I thought N9 did that as well. I remember whilst I was doing it thinking N9 has done something similar to this. But yeah, it was. I do remember vaguely him doing something similar. But it's a very good way of getting out of a tricky spot. Hello Carnassa, hello Needle. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. We've gone orbital. We have gone orbital, and we're working on our second orbital rocket. And I think, have we unlocked new science yet? I think we might have done, but what we will do is, I think we'll wait until satellite era electronics research, and then that way we can do the first solar powered satellite. So our perigee needs to be above 300,000 meters. Yep, I can read. And we need to generate solar power. We get a little bit of money from that. That's fine. We'll be able to do that. We might even be able to do our first polar orbit at the same time as doing that. I'm going to try doing that because, you know, 2 birds with 1 stone and all of that. That would be really nice. And obviously, we've still got the first scientific satellite, which we have a deadline of 316 days to do. So we're going to recover that, and whilst I'm here, I am going to remember that Launchpad 60, we are going to, or Launchpad Obama Pad 69, we are going to change that to, I think we'll go LC 15. Why not? I don't know what LC 15 looks like. If it's a reasonably sized one for our 60-ton launch pad, that will be absolutely fabulous. Right, satellite era to electronics research. I think we want to wait for that to complete before we build up our next rocket. So yeah, because then that way, what we can do is we can stuff the solar panels on and hopefully everything should be good. So we'll wait for that to complete. Then we will go back into the vehicle assembly building, make some edits onto Bumblechad number 1. We'll stick some solar panels on and make it all round a little bit better. And I really should be spending my money. God damn it, once again, I have not spent any money. This is bad. That could have gone into build points, which could have sped things up. But oh well. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. We're going to edit this now and throw some solar panels on. ORM motor only to orbit. I'm not sure if that would be possible. What does Principia do? Principia is a n-body physics mod basically, stock KSP, the way that like planets work and the way gravity works is that you are always assigned, it's a, what is it, a two-body model? You're always only affected by the gravity of the planet that you are currently orbiting. Principia throws that out the window, stomps on it, and does a drive-by of the remains, and basically says, absolutely not, no, we want n-body physics. So in the game, any planetary body is always going to have an impact on you. So everything has a pull on your craft, whatever you're doing. So it means that your orbits kind of like shift all the time around your parent body, because obviously like Jupiter all the way off in the distance is saying, no, I want this spacecraft, and decides to tug on it a little bit whilst you're still remaining around Earth. It's basically, in very dumbed down terms, which is the terms that I personally understand, what Principia does. Right, okay, so Bumblechad 1, we need to, in order to make this what we want it to, in order to make this good, we want to add some static solar panels onto this. We're going to get rid of that, and we will add a couple on, like so. I remember solar panels being incredibly expensive, so yes, we're going to have to deal with this, which is a little bit of a shame, but we're going to make their width really small, and we're just going to run this along like so. We'll just place that there, like that. And yeah, look at that. That now makes this rocket cost 2,000 without the rocket. And we can't tool these as far as I'm aware. Nope. So we take that off, it's 207. We put those on, it's 2,000. These things are ridiculously expensive, but we do get perpetual electric charge, which, to be honest, I'm not sure if we need. No, we don't, so I can make these a little bit smaller. And we'll save a lot of money by doing this. See, we actually only need, realistically, maybe like those. That size should do us fine. That adds an entire 20 days onto our build time. Madness, absolute madness. Right, well, we'll do that. And there we go. We've got some sort of solar power. And then what we want to do is come into here and start configuring. I think we got all of our mass spectrometry, so we can actually take that out. So if we come here, we can get rid of that. And instead of that, we can... Have we not unlocked anything else yet? Are you for real? I thought I unlocked all of the newer science. Or have I not done that yet? Hang on. Hang on. What am I looking at? I want build queue. How do I build my oh, it's because I'm on edits. I can't actually look at my build queue, I don't think, but that's fine. I think, yeah, we'll just go for this for now. Where did I put the... There it is. Oh, my words seem to be struggling a bit today. I was like, where did I put the thing, the box, the decoupler? That's the word I was looking for. Yes, my words are, they're not doing too well today. And one other thing, actually, I do want to look at is where we unlock the RCS, because it would be really nice to have proper RCS. Okay, well, let's check the staging real quick. Make sure that everything is fine. Yep, that's good. Yep, then we want to do that. Then I think we want to set that to go before then. Then we do that, and yeah, we'll do that like that. And that should be good. Bumblechad number 1 has been edited. It's going to take 77 days to build this. That's fine. I think we'll put another couple points into the build queue. We've got 150,000. I think I might go down to 60,000 and just spend some more points. I have a secret name, or I have a name suggestion for the sat. What is the sat? What is your name suggestion for the satellite? Do share. Does that mean one can use Lagrange points? Yes, absolutely. Yes, they can. I've never sent anything to a Lagrange point using Principia, but it's something that I do want to do. Like, where is it that James Webb and that has just gone to? Is it L3? So is L3 the point that's between... No, it's not. L3 is not the point between the moon and the far side of the moon, is it? I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked up Lagrange points. I can't remember exactly where all of them are. But I know some of them are very stable, some of them not so stable. Some of them are great, some of them are pretty poor. L2 for James. L2. Right, anyway. Bombardier 1 is getting ready to be made. What we're going to do is we are going to spend that many points. And I think we're going to stick them all into the VAB. One thing that I do actually need to think about doing at some point soon is updating my tracking station as well, because we are going to want to go to the moon. And it would be very nice to get patched conics. We only need to spend 50,000 on that to unlock that. But we also need to unlock, yeah, I think tracking station research. Yeah, we need to get that as well. We'll do that after ascent, descent, and landing. Where do we unlock? Are you? Wait, no, that's the really big ones. Okay. Right. I'm just trying to figure out where the RCS quads are. Maybe I don't have them. I know there was a problem with SXT, which I believe is where they come from. And in 12.3 and 1.12.3, and I believe the RCS quads are from SXT, if I recall correctly. But I followed the instructions on how to fix that, and yeah, no, it looks like that we've not got RCS quads. Unless they're hidden somewhere. Are they tucked away in somewhere that I can't see them? I'm not entirely sure. This is a bit worrying though, because I am absolutely going to want RCS quads. Because RCS is just invaluable in RP-1 and Realism Overhaul, because you can't use stupidly overpowered reaction wheels to get you around. Yes, okay, right. It does seem that I am missing those. I might have to figure out what's going on there. Maybe I'll ask on the RO Discord, because I followed the instructions and alas, I do not have them. Use search tool. There is a search bar. What in R&D? Oh yeah. That just... Right, okay, so we get some in starting parts, apparently. I have never, ever used that. All we get is the extendable 138223 class. And then we unlock some more quads over there, which are the really big ones. And we don't get them anywhere else, apparently. So yeah, no, I'm definitely missing some. And I think it is the ones from SXT, but I shouldn't be missing those because I did the fix. I did the fix! I don't know why that's doing that, but oh well. I think what we're also going to do is we are going to duplicate Bombardier, and we're going to, because this will be our first scientific satellite, and we are going to name that Bombardier 2. Lovely stuff. So we're coming to the end of 1954 now. We've not actually done an awful lot in 1954. And now it's going to start getting really laggy because Principia, when you warp faster than so much and you've got things in orbit, yeah, the game does start getting really laggy, which is a little bit unfortunate. Okay, so we're going to roll out Bombardier 1 to Obama Pad 69. We're going to warp to complete, and we're going to launch our second ever satellite, hopefully. Well, it's our fourth attempt at launching a satellite, but if this is successful, it will be our second one that we managed to get into orbit. What we are going to do for this is we are going to put it into a polar orbit because we'll unlock that polar contract. We're going to try and also do the first solar-powered satellite at the same time, and hopefully everything should go really well. I say that, but, you know, things tend to not go really well most of the time. Things tend to break and cause me immeasurable pain, but I think we will be good. I mean, it has been blessed with a very, very strong name. Oh, yeah, there we go. This launch pad is absolutely fine for this. Look at that. Okay, so Bombardier number 2. We are going to set our heading to 0 because that's where we want to go for a polar orbit. All of our staging does look to be good, and we are ready to go. So I guess in 3, 2, and 1, off we go to space today. Hopefully we will make it. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. This is a much better thrust to weight ratio than what we were launching with the Bumblebee number 3. Absolutely. I think maybe we'll get a lovely, lovely little picture of the cape there as well. You know, might use that for the next thumbnail for these live streams. Who knows? So we're going to start pitching over now. Seems a good a time as any to begin our pitch profile. I usually like to get to about 45 degrees by the time we are somewhere between 20,000 and 30,000 meters. I find that usually works out quite well. And then I tend to just, like, you know, go for broke and pitch down aggressively as I can to get my apogee to a point where I want my perigee to be. By the end of the orbital burn, anyway. I think I might have gone a little bit too aggressive here. Ever so slightly, but it's fine. It's okay. We need to go quite high with this as well, from what I recall. I think we need to be above 300,000 meters. Yes, we do. 300,000 meters is the goal target, so we do need to go quite high. So if we're not perfect with this, it's not the end of the world. I think maybe I'm just going to correct our roll, because I don't want to be rolling all over the place. And we should be able to have some sort of roll control here with the smaller exhaust on the LR79. Let's just keep going up. Keep going up. Go Bumble Chad. The first flight of the Bumble Chad. The majestic creature. It is very majestic. I kind of, you know what? I quite enjoy this color scheme. It's, I am really warming to it. Checks engine name. The LR79. This is the LR79, isn't it? Yeah. Did I forget what engine I was using? I very well may have done. It is a possibility. We're going to start coming down now because we're really starting to ramp up our apogee. We only want that to be maybe about 350,000, I guess. We've got 22 seconds of burn left on the LR79. And the AJ-10 is almost certainly going to cause me headache and probably won't fire because, you know, it's an AJ-10 and they have a habit of doing things like that. I think maybe we'll come to about here. I think the spool up time on the AJ-10 is incredibly quick, so we don't have to really worry about burning that too early. There we go. The AJ-10 fired. Let's turn the RCS on. Let's try and stop this spin. And we need to come up a little bit, and I'm going to go for surface again, just to see where we're going. Hopefully we don't burn through all of our RCS fuel too early on. We're burning helium now because we are using helium with the AJ-10, but we should have enough to use our RCS when we need to use it. I think maybe we'll stick the pitch at about 10. We're at 300,000 now. It's going to keep going up, but hopefully we should not really get any higher than 350. Any lower than 320... God damn it, no! I mean, how much burn did we have left on that? Oh, how much burn do we have left on that? We're going 4,000... Oh, we might be able to make it into orbit. It's going to be close. We still had half of that. I don't think we are. It's going to be very close. It's going to be very, very, very close. But we'll see. I might as well follow this through. It might work. It might work. Just turned on the stream to hear that, LeMayo. Yes! You turned on the stream just in time to see Test Flight kick me in the unmentionables and say, no, 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 you're not going to be getting Bumble Chad number 1 to orbit. Absolutely not. No. We hate you. And that's just, yeah, it's awful. I don't even think we're going to be able to go polar for this. What is my orbital info? $84.7. Yeah, no, we need to come more over this way. Once again, I'm going to wait until we're on about like 10 seconds. If we just go for surface velocity, actually, this might help. That's so annoying. Skill issue. Exactly. RNG. RNG, it's definitely a skill issue. I've got to like figure out where the RNG is going to strike, and that's how you overcome test flight. But no, that is really annoying. Considering I only had one failure of test flight in the stream that I did yesterday, we've already had 2 today, and I've been streaming for like half the time. That is pretty shocking, to be honest. It's pretty annoying. But what can you do? It's just part of the game. It's part of Realism Overhaul. Part of the Realism Overhaul experience of making you want to shut your nuts in a vice. Yes, it's pretty disgusting. No orbital rockets. This is an orbital rocket, or at least it should have been. This should have been going orbital, except for the fact that we had a test flight failure, although we'll get 6,700 meters per second. That's how fast we'll be going once we burn all of this. I'm not sure if that's going to be enough. I don't know if that's going to be enough. And I'm not sure if we're going to be able to sufficiently ullage this entire... Oh, no, we are. There we go. Start turning this around. Doing a little bit of a spin. Yeah, well, yeah, 6,800 at 300,000. I think we're not quite going to get that, unfortunately, but oh well. We can still go far. We can still maybe get a bit of science from this. I don't know. 10 and go. Oh, who says it'll burn to completion? That is very true. That is very true. We might not even get this burning all the way, which would be very sad. What is the failure rate on this? I mean, the ignition chance is 97.66%. That's pretty damn good. But whether it burns all the way is another matter. And to be honest, I'm not even sure. I don't think we have enough. I think 6,800 meters per second isn't going to be enough at 300,000. And we're not even going to be at 300,000, are we? Yeah, no, I don't think we've made this. It's going to be very tight, but I think we're going to be some distance off orbit. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow, the residuals on this are mad. So many residuals. What's the Delta V stat? Yeah, no. Yeah. Oh, well. I guess we try again. That's a real shame. Do I want to destroy it? No, it's fine. We'll just go back to the Space Center. It's a little bit annoying, but what's the ignition chance on a default AJ10? So it actually did ignite. It just cut out mid-burn. I'll have to check when we go back to the vehicle assembly building, because we are going to be going back to the VAB due to the fact that I need to add some scientific experiments to this rocket in order to complete the first scientific satellite contract. But I don't know. I don't know. I think they're quite low, but they go up quite quickly. Like, once you start using them, the percentage rate of them actually working does increase dramatically fast. Okay, so yeah, what are we gonna unlock new science? We will. Perfect. Before Bumblejad 2 comes out, so we might as well warp ahead to that. And then as soon as we've got that new science, we'll go and stick that on Bumblejad number 2. Bit of a bummer. But oh well. There we go. Let's come into the vehicle assembly building. Test flight has been a real pain in my side today, apparently. It's just not gone well. It's really not gone well. At least we made first orbit. That's always nice. We have made orbit with the Bumblejad. But it would be nicer to know, get first scientific orbit and all of that kind of stuff. Right, so what we're going to do with this is we are going to come to configure, not that, no, that's not what we want to do. We want to come to configure experiments. And we've got a lot more experiments that we will be able to use now, such as the early TV camera, the micrometeorite detector. We're going to get both of those on. We need the radiation detector in order to complete the contract. So we'll grab that. And then we're also going to grab the magnetometer. We might as well get all of those. And I might even make these solar panels a little bit chunkier. We've got 9,829 meters per second of delta V at the moment. Let's make these a little bit bigger, and then that way we should theoretically be able to get perpetual sunlight or perpetual electric charge, which will be glorious. Because I think even in night, yeah, we get 2 days. That should be fine to run all of our experiments. Because we've only got 9,800 now, what I am going to do is I am going to slightly extend this tank so that we can raise our burn time a little bit. Because we're only 45 tons at the moment, which is really kind of light. 1.22 off the pad. Right, yeah, that's not bad. That gives us 10,000 meters per second of delta V. That should be more than enough to do a polar orbit. I don't know if it's going to be enough to do a polar orbit that would give us the solar satellite contract as well, but to be honest, we might just go for first scientific satellite and polar orbit in the next launch, and then do the first solar powered satellite in a different launch. Yeah, periapt's between 200,000 meters, so we need to be above 200,000 meters. Okay, right, so I'm going to save those edits. I don't think there's anything else that I need to do. And what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate that, and we're just going to keep launching these until, you know, until one of them sticks, hopefully. Maybe. I don't know if it will or not. I don't play RO. But does firing the engine while connected to launchpad as a sort of test run help get data for the engine and increase the likelihood of it running? It used to, I think, but I think they changed the way things work. I know you could used to do that and do like static fire tests, but I don't think that works anymore, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame because it's quite a cool little nice idea in order to kind of like give yourself a little bit of an advantage with engines. Anyway, we are going to duplicate that. We're going to make Bumble Chad number 3, like so. And then, yeah, I guess we'll be waiting until 1955. Oh God, it was December, wasn't it? Was it December when we launched? Never launched in December. December is a cursed month. Right, well, let's get that debris out of the way and let's get to Bumble Chad number 2. Try and get this all done. I think we should be in a good position here. I think we've still got the opportunity to launch several times before we run out of time for the scientific contract. Let's have a look. Where is my mission control? Active. First scientific satellite. Oh, God, no. We have 60 days. If this doesn't work, we've screwed it up, and we're going to lose 375,000 funds. Well, Bumble Chad number 2, not to pressure you or anything, but we're in need of a miracle right now. We are in need of you actually succeeding because we have 60 days left, and it's going to take us 107 days to build the next iteration of Bumble Chad. This is a bit concerning. So I think I'm not going to go polar for this. I might just see if I can just do the scientific satellite with this and then do polar and solar with that one, because I want this to be perfect. We need this to work. Because if this fails, well, we're going to be losing a lot of money. We should be able to financially recover from it. But it's gonna be, it's gonna be tight. It's gonna be really tight. Oh no! One shot, one opportunity, one moment to go orbital. Yes. Well, we managed to get the first orbit in time. It's just this second one is going to be a little bit more tricky, and well, we've had several attempts, or several chances of doing it. It's just not gone well. I'm a bit nervous. I am heckin' concerned, because this could end very badly. Is test flight going to be kind to me, or is test flight going to say, bugger off, you are absolutely rubbish, we do not want you to continue on with this save file? We'll see how it goes. We've got my orbit info up. We're just going to... I suppose I could go polar. To be honest, if I go polar, it's going to give me enough money. Yeah, we're going to go polar. Because even if I fail the first scientific satellite, it will give me enough money to recover from that... Yeah, that funding drop, that funding hit that we're going to take. Although, that being said, if we fail this anyway, then I actually think this is very important, this flight. I'm a little bit concerned. Okay, but here we go. We're going to fire this up now in 3, 2, and 1. We have ignition on the LR-79. Everything is nominal in the first few seconds of the flight. Hopefully it remains that way. Test flight ignition failure on AJ-10 early incoming. I really hope not, because it was the AJ-10 that, well, basically failed us last time. And it would be a real shame for the AJ-10 to die twice in 2 missions, but it can happen. It absolutely can happen. I have seen it happen before. This is a little bit nerve-wracking. Absolutely nerve-wracking, and I think we're going to go for a bit more of an aggressive pitch down this time than we did last time, because we don't need to go quite as high with this rocket. We're only aiming for about 200,000, although if we go for 300,000, then we should be able to get all 3, but I'm just a little bit worried that we're not going to quite hit the apogee for the first scientific satellite if we go for that, which would be terrible. It would be really bad, and that would cause us to fail, and then I would be very, very sad. So I think we're going to go for maybe like 230,000 and have an apogee of, you know, whatever we reach with the kick stage. Maybe we'll go for like 240,000. We won't quite go for the solar power heights though. We'll do that on the next launch. Max Q pass. Everything is still nominal. The LR-79 is burning like an absolute dream. Everything is going very well at the moment. How long will that last for? Who knows? I certainly don't know. Everything could go very, very badly in the matter of a few seconds. But we will see. I did pitch over a little bit too aggressively here, which might not be good. We've got 60 seconds left of burn on this, or 53 seconds left of burn on this. Takes about a second for the AJ-10 to spool up. This is looking all right at the moment. Look, Herman, now it's really just up to RNG. Basically, yes, I am at mercy of RNG at the moment. It should be okay. This has been a really good flight profile, to be honest. As long as the engines all fire up fine. What is the failure rate? 91% chance of a successful ignition on that AJ-10. So we have a 1 in 10 chance of this going very badly. I think I like those odds. Those odds aren't too bad. We're going to start pitching down because, you know, we're at 220,000. 2, 1, and fire up. The engine fired, and we are go. Now, it's whether it can complete its burn. Will it burn to completion? Because that's what screwed us up last time. The fact that we did not quite get the full burn out of this stage. Let's raise our pitch just a tad, so we do get to about 250,000. No panic. No panic yet, sufficiently sized egg. Absolutely no panic, but yes, now we do pray that the AJ-10 fires all the way and nothing terrible goes wrong. And then we have to hope that the Araby lights as well, which has a failure, an ignition chance of 97.74. So those are fairly good odds. Those are fairly good odds. I'm quite comfortable now that this has burned for quite some time, although realistically we do need this burning for the entire duration in order for this to be a successful launch. Oh, I will egg the AJ-10's car if it fails. Yes, I'm not sure if the AJ10 really requires a car. I think it's more than capable of getting to A to B from A to B by itself, but I don't know. Just like XCOM all over again. Yes, the RNG in XCOM is absolutely ridiculous. I hate it so much. I was playing a modded series of XCOM not that long ago. In like when I wasn't uploading videos, I was just playing. I downloaded the top subscribed mod list from the workshop, and my word, was that difficult. But it was also really, really, really fun. But it's just so annoying when it's like 95% chance to hit. Yes, sure it is. And then like the sectoids and the advent troops, they're like, oh yeah, they've got 60%, like 40% chance to hit, and they always bloody hit you. And it's like, why, game? This is so unfair. Why are you doing this to me? We've got 6 seconds of burn left, and it looks like we have fully burnt this AJ10 engine. That is wonderful. We're going to have a perigee of about 280,000. That is fine. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn the RCS on. We're going to turn that off at the moment. We're going to stop that from thrusting up. It's too calm. I've also just realized we've launched Polar from the US, which means we're almost certainly going to be dropping our spent stage either on Canada or, yeah, somewhere. I'm really sorry, Canada. I don't mean to like bomb you, but that's just the way it's going. We really should be launching Polar from, or at least going south, doing launches here. Although if we go south, that does mean we might hit like Peru or one of the like Panama or something, Mexico maybe. I don't know, because we'd end up going there. It's probably a bit of a safer way to go though. Yeah, this is not ideal. This is not an ideal way of getting to a polar orbit, but oh well. I'm sure we can throw money at the Canadians, or I think maybe like people living in New York State, or I don't really know what states these are. I think this is New York, isn't it? Because is that Long Island there? And that's New York? I don't know. I'm not very good with American geography. And then these are the Great Lakes, like Lake Michigan and Lake... Michigan's really the only one that I know the name of. Precast Credo 2, what's up, Kanasa? How you doing? Not too badly, actually. This, it's been a bit of a rough run. We've had a few test flight failures in this run so far, which has not been great, but this is looking very promising now. This is looking like we should be able to get to orbit today, as long as this AJ10 fires successfully when I want it to. We are going to hit Z now, so we're going to start ullaging this stage. Hopefully by the time we get to about, maybe I'll launch this at 15 seconds this time. So I've been going at 10 seconds, and I think 10 seconds is a little bit too late. So we want to spin this ever so slightly. That spin stabilization. Any more than this and it does start getting a little bit wonky with Principia. So just a nice gentle spin, and in 2, 1, and we're going to go. We have ignition on the AJ10 37, or the Arabi. Yeah, I think this is the AJ10 37 variant. Where does it say? It doesn't say on here. Nominal. Things are going very well. We are sticking to our prograde marker very, very, very nicely. I called Delaware New York. Okay, yeah, like I said, I'm not very clued up with American geography, especially looking at it from space. I thought that was Long Island. I might be wrong. I'm not very good with American geography. To be honest, I'm not even that great with geography where I live myself. Like, I've got no idea half of the counties of the UK. I know like Essex, which is where I'm from. I know East Riding of Yorkshire, which is where I went to uni for a bit. Hampsteadshire and like Worcestershire. There we go. Well, we have made orbit. Have we got the parameters that we need? First polar orbit, yep, that's fine. First solar powered satellite, nope, because we didn't get a perigee over 300,000. We were very close, but I didn't want to risk that because we needed an apogee of over 1.5. Yeah, we've done it. We absolutely have done it. That's fine. Everything should be successful. We need to check for a stable orbit for a single day, which will be fine. Because, yeah, look, we'll get perpetual electric charge on this every now and then. This is brilliant. Yeah, this should be good. No, Wiltshire. Wiltshire, that's a county, right? Shropshire. I don't know. Carmarthenshire. That's Wales, though. Well, I suppose Wales is part of the UK. Kent. I know Kent because that's right next to me. Suffolk and Norfolk, they're right next to me too. I basically go to Suffolk to go to uni because I go to the University of Essex, which is located in Colchester, which is basically on the border between Essex and Colchester. But look at that. Look at it spin. Look at it spin. Do a locked view and, you know, get some lovely spinning action. It's a little bit disconcerting, a little bit dizzifying, but I kind of want to use this shot in the video for a little bit. Maybe. I'm not sure. When I get around to editing, we'll see how all of these little clips go together. It's something that I've not really decided on what I'm doing yet, but we'll see when we get to it. Right, anyway, we're going to change it to free cam and just wait for this, and we'll time warp ahead. And we should... Oh, hang on. I didn't turn on the science. No! Let's turn on the science now, because we really should be getting all this science, and this is going to be great for us. Although it does mean that, yeah, look, our duration is going down rapidly. 1 day and 5 hours of electric charge in night with all of these experiments running. That's not too bad. We might turn off some of the experiments, though, just to make sure that we can make it a day. We are getting perpetual every now and then, so we should hopefully be able to run all of these experiments, which would be really nice. The Unreal Guy, this is nauseating. I know it's nauseating. It isn't very nice. The reason why I did it, though, is because I might use a shot like that for the final video. We'll see. Like I said, I've got no idea how I'm doing it yet. I've not done any sort of scripting. I've not even really thought about the scripting yet. One thing that I am considering doing is writing it as the first astronaut who lands on the moon's perspective, and it'll basically be their story, and it'll be like, so sit down, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be Rolf Becker's space adventure. I say that name because that's the astronaut that I had in the last time I played RP-1. And yeah, and that'll be kind of like, it'll be them telling the story, but I'll do it in a funny way, like with lots of like flashing images and memes, and I don't know, Patrick Starr just making an appearance every now and then. Who knows how it's gonna go? I've not scripted anything. We'll see how it goes. Which Bumblebee is this one? This is Bumble Chad number 2, I believe, and it is more than successful in its mission. We've got 21 hours left until we complete the contract. Let's just try and skip through this as quickly as possible. We are slowly running out of electric charge, although I'm sure if we turn off the magnetometer, we should gain again, because the magnetic scan, it just eats electric charge. But it is nice to have, due to the fact that, you know, it's going to gain us a lot of electric charge. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, no, we kind of overshot it a little bit. Come on, 21 minutes. 4, 3, 2, 1, and there we go. First scientific satellite has been completed, and that means we get a lot of money. We've got 367,000 now. Financial crisis has been averted. That was really touch and go for a period there, but no, we have come out on top, and we have built our first scientific satellite. Lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. Okay, right, so with that being done, I think what we're going to wait for is for us to get a connection. Then I'm going to see if we can get this to a point where we can leave this and, yeah, just let it get us science. So if I turn this off, is that gonna... What's the... Oh, I can't tell the info because we've run out of connection. I want to see... Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're getting perpetual every now and then. But I want to leave this at a point where the solar panel exposure is as high as it possibly can be, which I think will be 50%. Excuse me. Come on, give us a connection. I want to see this. There we go. So 8.7, that's bad. We do not want to leave it at that. 7.3, 27.9, 42. There we go. With that being done, I'll leave this all like this, and that should hopefully get a decent amount of electric charge. Won't last forever, but it will be enough to, you know, stay in orbit for a bit. Space program is saved. Indeed it is. We have got the money to carry on. It's high for sure. However, I'm used to KSP taking 5 to 10 minutes to boot. I make sure to delete my debris so it isn't plotting their orbits. I'm rocking a 5600X and a 3080 Ti with 32 gigabytes of RAM. That is a really, really decent PC. I don't know about the CPU because I use Intel and I've never really looked at AMD CPUs, but a 3080 Ti, that's a nice graphics card. I'm running this on a 3070 Ti at the moment. And it's great, it seems to run absolutely fine. Look at that, we got 25 science, which means we get an upgrade point. I'm not sure, excuse me, at the moment if I really want to put any upgrade points in science because, well, we've only got one more thing to research. Let's actually go and have a look and see what we want to spend our hard-earned science on. 1958 orbital rocketry will be nice. 1959, I think, is when we unlock stuff for the Titan. Yes, it is. I think 1960 is when we unlock the Vega. Yeah, the X405H. That's a really nice engine. We're going to research that. And I think we might actually start thinking about doing... did we unlock the Titan there, or is it the next one? Titan's the next one. I might think about getting lunar ranged communications because that way I can then start thinking about going to the moon. And we do have enough science to actually unlock that. We could also maybe think about 1959 orbital rocketry. What year are we in? 55. Which will give us the Titan stuff, all of the Titan stuff, but we can't quite afford that yet, which is a bit of a shame. But we will be able to get the science to do that with entry, descent, and landing. So, yeah, no, we're going to go for lunar range communications next, I think. And then we can do our re-entries. And then that will give us enough to get 59 orbital rocketry, which will help us get to the moon. And then once we've done lunar impactors, then it will be time to do crew. And then I think I'll go interplanetary after that. And I think that's the route that I'm going to take. That's pretty much usually the route that I'm going. Turn on micrometeorite. I did have micrometeorite on, didn't I? Oh, no, I didn't. Yeah, no, I want that on, but I just don't want that on. 9 days and 22 hours. Will that... Yeah, no, that is going to go down. Oh, no, it goes up to perpetual every now and then. Okay, I'm going to time warp ahead a little bit. I wonder, is that going to stay at 75? No, it is going to slowly go down. But it's going to take a really long time to run out of electric charge, which will be nice. Right, so we are going to put that upgrade point, I think, into... that's going to take a really long time to do one of those. I think I might do lunar range communications. No, I don't. I definitely want that to be done next, although it's a shame that it's going to take so long to research. Maybe we go for 58 orbital rocketry before entry, descent, and landing. That's the problem with doing this so quickly. We've beaten quite a good time, so things are going to take forever to research. I think... Oh, do I want to put that in there? No, yeah, we'll go for one in the VAB. I think what we also want to do now is definitely upgrade this so that we can... lunar range communications. Okay, all right. No, we are going to do that then because I do want to upgrade that as soon as possible. But I don't really want to wait that long for entry, descent, and landing. That's a real shame. Can we upgrade this again? For flight, yeah, we can. So we're gonna do that. Spend 60,000 on that, and we've got everything ready there. We've got our Bumblechad 3, which will be our first solar-powered satellite, which we'll launch next. And I think what we will do is maybe I'm gonna save about 100,000 funds. I think that's what I want to go for. Oh, we've got the lunar flybys and all of that. That's going to be really nice. Right, so sun synchronous orbit. That gives us quite a bit of money. Inclination between 95 and 99, but we need our eccentricity to be pretty spot on, and that's going to be really difficult with these kick stages. It is possible. It is absolutely possible, but it is going to be very difficult to do. We could also do this. That only gives us 40,000 at a time. I am considering picking up this because that gives us 2 years to do it. And I think we'll be able to do that. And I think what we'll do is we'll pick this up. We'll build a new launch pad. And Yeah, new launch pad, and that should be fine. I think, yeah, we'll pick up Flyby and Impactor at the same time. And with the funding that we get from that, we should be able to do that. I'm hoping. I might be completely wrong, but we're going to go for it. We're gonna risk it. And there we go. We've got 885,000 funds, which is absolutely beautiful. And we're going to spend that straight away. We're going to come into here. We're going to build a 150 ton. This will just be launch pad. 3 or 150 at the moment. If anyone's got a naming suggestion for Launchpad number 150 in the chat, please do leave it. Smack the moon! We are going to smack the moon. Yeah, would love to, but I'm kind of GPU bottlenecked. So, lunar orbit, as you can tell, when your launch site is in the plane of the orbit. So, the way that I launch into a lunar orbit is I use a script, a KOS script from, I think it's called It's Ryan. The script, you can find it on the KSP RO Discord, and it's really good. It basically, the way that it works is it figures out the local, the longitudinal ascending node. Yeah, is that the right word? My brain's a bit frazzled today. I mean, it is like 11 PM where I am at the moment, and I had a really bad night's sleep last night, so I'm a bit confused. Anyway, it works the LAN out that you need to be launching into in order to have, when you perform your translunar injection burn at the ascending node, you will encounter the moon perfectly. It's a great script. It's really easy to get to the moon from the Cape with it when you're playing with Principia. I don't know what I'd do without it, to be honest. It's really awesome. I've also got transfer window planner, which I didn't have before, because this is going to be really, really useful for going interplanetary. I can just put in like inclination of 30 degrees in there. Say I want to go for, my initial orbit will be probably 180. We want to go to, say, Venus, and now I have to do that again because I am a bit of a donut. 180. Then we plot it, and it will tell us the LAN that we need to launch into, which is great. So we've got a Venus transfer window in how many days? How many days? I don't know. We'll plot it. Copy transfer details. How do I add this? Because usually you can add this to KAC, but obviously KAC is now inbuilt into this. How do I add alarms? Create alarm. I suppose what we can do is we can do that. Depart at 1953. 1956. I don't think we're going to be doing that, but yeah, it will be something that I have to figure out at a later date. We can also go for a really quick transfer. God, I've got a bit of a lisp now, apparently. A transfer down there. So basically the way this works, the higher up you are, the longer it's going to take. The lower down, the shorter the journey. This side, the closer over this side you are, is how close to the current date you are, and the further on you go. Yeah, that's just how pork chop plots work. Canassa, Launchpad Victoria or Valor? Of course, I will launch you. Where does that bleeding edge node thing come from? New KCT update. So yeah, the tech. I'm not actually sure what added that, but it's been in RP-1 for a couple of updates now, and it just means that you can't really be researching technology that is years and years and years and years ahead, which is a bit of a shame, but oh well. Right, I'm going to quickly jump into the vehicle assembly building now, because I just want to have a look at the engines that I've unlocked and see if there's anything that I do want to buy, because there might be some things that I do want to think about purchasing with all of this money that I've got. I might save maybe 200,000 of what I've got, because obviously it would be nice to think about tooling and building new engines, but at the same time I want to spend as much money as I physically can to increase my research and to increase my build rates. But let's have a look. What engines do we have? I've still got the LR105. I'm going to buy that right away now so we can think about doing some sort of Atlas design in the future. I'm not going to go with the RD107 or the RD108 because that's going to cost us 138,000, and to be honest, I can do all that I want with the American engines that I've got at the moment. XLR, I'm not doing any space planes, so no, I don't really want anything like that. I don't think... Do we have an upgrade for the LR? Do we have an upgrade for this yet? We do. We do, and that makes it a hell of a lot better. That's nice. We could probably think about making an early Atlas with that now. Although, to be honest, I think we're better off waiting for the actual 105 NA3 rather than using the LR43s, because the LR43s are just rubbish. They're terrible. Chad, RD108 launch stick. I mean, the RD108 and the RD107, they are great for if you're doing a Soviet run, but the fact that I went for my standard LR97 kind of design means that that's just 138,000 that I don't really want to spend, if I'm going to be particularly honest. No. We are fine with the Amerikansky engines that we've got going on at the moment. Yeah, I don't think I really need to spend anything more at the moment. I could think about maybe getting integral structures and balloon tanks. Integral is going to be very nice indeed. Balloon, kind of, for Atlas. You kind of need balloon tanks for Atlas. It is going to cost us 95,000 to buy both of those, but it might be worth it just because I know, I'm going to do it because I know I am going to be using these tanks an awful lot. I think, did we unlock new avionics as well? Because let's just buy those too. I know we were close to. Did we actually get them? No, it doesn't look like we are. Cancel, close window anyway. Yes. Yeah, I think we may be a little bit off that then. Tech, 7 days. 7 days until we unlock new avionics. Okay, so we will be buying some of those too. We don't really need anything else on here. Science is all good at the moment. I think we're fine. I think I'm going to unlock the new avionics. Maybe I'll save about 250,000 and I will spend the rest on upgrade points. So we're not even going to bother saving that. Balloon tank is very, very good. It is. It is so lightweight and so, like, the dry mass ratio on balloon tanks are fantastic. The only problem with them is they are blooming expensive. They're expensive to tool and they're expensive to build, which means that the rockets that you build with them are going to take a really, really long time to actually be built up, which is why early game, I don't tend to use them all that frequently. But as we get further on into the game, I am definitely going to be using them a lot more. Let's bring this down to 300,000 for now. That gives us 16 points. What we'll do is we'll maybe get this up to 40, and then we'll put another 5 into R&D. We'll wait the 6 days for early avionics and probes to finish. Then we will buy... Nope. We will buy the avionics upgrade, which we are going to need. And once we have done that, then we can think about if I want to spend any more of my hard-earned funds on different engines and stuff like that. So, used it for a long time. Wait. RD108 is OP Legend. And don't forget to unlock the antenna upgrade. I forgot it today. Yes, no, absolutely. I know, as soon as we unlock lunar range communications, we will be going into the R&D department to sort that out. It's a real shame that doesn't do that automatically. It is a bit annoying because I have also forgotten about that on occasion because it's not very intuitive. So we're going to buy early avionics for 12,000. There we go. That's going to make our avionics much lighter, not use as much power, and they will be more expensive, but it's fine. So close the window anyway. Brilliant. There we go. And we still got 295,000. I think maybe we will go down to 200,000. We'll buy another 5-ish upgrade points, and that should be good. And then we'll launch Bumble Chad number 3. Get ourselves our first solar-powered satellite. We might also... No, we can't. We can't pick up any new contracts because I've got 3 and I can only use 3 at the moment. Right, so yeah, let's buy a few more upgrade points. Upgrades. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could have just shift-clicked that and that would be fine. I think it's shift-click. Yeah, shift-click does plus 5 points. Control-click does 100. Alt-click does all! So be careful when using that. Because you can definitely bankrupt yourself doing that. I mean, I could put those into R&D and then we would have R&D fully matched with our vehicle assembly building. Although, we've only got 3 technologies that we are researching. And I know it's going to take a bloody long time, but that's because of the bleeding edge R&D, which is a little bit of a shame. That's really annoying that we're so far ahead that it's going to take us a while, because I don't know whether I want to put these in the VAB or into research and development. Chat, what do you think? Do we put them in R&D or do we put them into the VAB? I think I'm more leaning towards the VAB due to the fact that I only have 3 techs that I am researching at the moment, even though they are going to take a very, very long time to research. So, Kanasa, are you going to name the launch pad? So, I'm in 1955. Yes, I am. VAB. I'm in 1955. We made first orbit early 1954. Almost did it in 1953, but we had a failure. But yeah, no. So I'm in 1965 and just one node further in science. I've got quite a lot of experience playing this game. I'm not doing simulations on this run either. That's one of the kind of rules. What was the name for the launch pad? I didn't see. If someone could, Victor or Valor. I'll call it Valor. There we go. We'll call it Valor. So we've got VAB, VOOB, VAB. Okay, we'll go VAB. Let's do that. Let's put our points into the VAB. That is now only going to take 62 days to build Bumblechad number 3. If we come to the launch pad, we can't name it yet because we're actually still building it. Once that is built, Launchpad 150. Someone remind me in chat, and we will change that to Launchpad Valor. Anyway. So with that being done, what we are going to do is warp Bumblechad to complete. Still going to be 113 days until we get that. That's really annoying. A 4-1 split with a point. Hi, Kanasa, how was your day? My day's been okay. Obviously, new episode of Coming Home came out today. I was editing that this morning at like 5 a.m. because I woke up because I was unwell last night. Obviously, I've said like I've been a bit unwell recently. It means sleeping is quite difficult at the moment. So I woke up at like 5 o'clock in the morning, thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to edit my Coming Home episode. Did the voiceover today. Went to the shops for a little bit. It's been nice and chill. And then obviously I did the voiceover, and then I've done this live stream, and it's been going all right, this live stream. It has been going all right. Right, we're not actually building anything else at the moment. I think what I am going to do is we are going to duplicate this and build another one of these whilst this is being rolled out. And the reason why I'm going to do this is because we might be able to do the first whatchamacallit, sun synchronous orbit with it. It's going to be hard. It's going to be very difficult because I'm going to have to cut the engine at the precise moment, and I don't like doing that because we are going to be having a huge thrust to weight ratio kind of like thing going with it. I'd much rather have a controlled stage, but it's the only thing that I can really do at the moment until we unlock entry, descent, and landing. That time is going down nicely now though, because obviously we're getting more points and we're getting further on in the year, so that will no longer be bleeding edge. Right, anyway, we're going to roll this out, and we are going to warps complete. These get rolled out super quick now as well, which is also really, really nice. I know, I'm sorry, I know, well, it's fine. I swear I'm constantly in a, like, state of sickness. Probably from having a weakened immune system due to the fact that diabetes does that to you. And yeah, diabetes isn't great in a lot of regards, but I'm all right. I was a lot worse last week. I am recovering now, and yeah, no, I'm enjoying my Easter holidays. It's been nice. It means I can get back into my channel. I can, actually start streaming again and doing all kinds of like videos and all of that. Like the reason why I've said it before, the reason why I'm not on the actual stream at the moment, like I am here. Hello, I'm on the screen. I do have my webcam. I'm recording this, which I'm going to edit down into a video at a future date, and in order to avoid like my face being on the video, which I don't really want to do because like I never put my face on videos. Like I'll put my face on streams because it's nice like seeing what I'm like pulling off funny arms and doing all that kind of stuff. But yeah, in order to stop me being on the video, I unfortunately have to keep the game clean and fresh. It gets rid of chat as well. My suggestion was accepted. Egg Pog. Yeah, it was quite nice. We will name it Valor. I liked Valor. It's very Valorant. Okay, right, so mission control, that's going to be done. But first, we're going to launch Bumblechad number 3. This is going to be our attempt at doing our first ever solar satellite. Obviously, we already have a solar-powered satellite, but we didn't go over 300,000 meters, which is one of the requirements for that contract. Shouldn't take too long to do. Hopefully, I still have the contract. I don't think I would have skipped past it, but I don't know. Philippe Zanetti, hi, hello, welcome to the stream. Welcome to our third, hopefully, orbital Satellite, our third satellite. Yes, no, we've got 2 up in orbit already. It is 1955. And yeah, we're really kicking off with the series now. We absolutely smashed like a few records this time round, which was kind of nice. I don't think I'm going to beat my record for first crew though. Just because we have been going very well, but I think R&D is going to be a problem. It's taking so long to build anything, right? So heading 90, pitch 90, roll 90, that's all fine. This is fine. Staging is looking good. With that, we are ready to go, and we are going to launch in 3, 2, and 1. LR-79 has a nice clean ignition, and we are on our way. Let's just make sure, yeah, first polar-powered satellite, we do have the contract still. Lovely stuff. Lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. And we're going to start angling over relatively quickly, but not too quickly, because we do need to go quite high. Our apogee, once we finish our burn with our AJ-10, needs to be over probably about 340, 350,000 meters. I'm going to say, just in order to be comfortable with our final orbit. Now, one thing as well that I have not done with this, that I really should have done, I should have removed a lot of the scientific experiments because they are going to be taking up mass. That would have been smart, and that would have been like a great way of, you know, just sorting this out. But unfortunately, I forgot to do that because I'm a little bit of a lemon. Hopefully, we still have enough Delta V to make it into orbit in a way that we want to, though. I'm sure everything should be okay. If not, we can just launch another one of these. It's not like we're strapped for cash anymore. Obviously, the next big kind of like worrying goal that we're going to have to achieve is going to be the lunar impactor. But we've got 2.5 years to do that, and I feel quite content that we should not really have any issues with that contract. Maybe we will, maybe we won't, but I'm not sure. Oh, I don't know why I do this to myself. Honestly, it's just trying to speed run it. Not speed run it per se, but trying to get fast times. You kind of always do like pick contracts up way earlier than you would like to. You give yourself a deadline, a bit of a time limit, and it starts getting stressful, but you know, that's part of the fun of playing RP-1. If you want to play RP-1 and like start smashing out things like orbits in 1953 and 1954, you gotta pick up the contracts way before you know you can complete them, but you kind of know that you are building up the technology to complete them at a later date. It's quite stressful, but it's also quite fun, and it's always fun to beat historical times. Right, so we are now at 120,000, so we still need to kind of keep pointing up, because we need that to be about 350 by the time we finish our first 2 burns. Because that's going to be where we circularize, and we're not just going to circularize, we'll probably like blast out miles and miles and miles off. 178, that's looking good. We've got 17 seconds left of burn on the LR-79 now. I probably actually want to start thinking about bringing this down a little bit. Yeah, I think maybe we'll bring this down to 12 here. 4, 3, 2, 1, and fire up the AJ-10, and we are go. The AJ-10 did have a successful ignition, which is always nice to see. We're going to remain at about 12 degrees pitch whilst we do this, and hopefully that will push our current apogee up to over 350 or thereabouts. So, because Principia changes your orbit, even though we need to be just over 300,000, I want it to be considerably above 300,000, because that way I know for sure that, well, it won't dip below that 300,000 mark, which will be very, 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 very nice. Well, we're above 300,000 now anyway, so that's pretty sweet. $319. I might actually raise this a little bit, just give us a little bit more room. Having a bit of wiggle room is always nice. And our perigee only needs to be 300 kilometers. So we have no kind of set apogee that we need to worry about. which is also pretty nice. We're probably going to get a highly eccentric orbit like we always do with these first kind of orbits because we're using an unguided kick stage. But it should be fine. Right, there we go. I think we'll slowly bring this down to about 0 now. We're at 370,000. That should be more than enough, more than sufficient to circularize our orbit there and have you know, a nice polar orbit. Polar orbit? I mean solar orbit. I'm mixing my words up. It is like 11:30 now. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be streaming for. Probably a little while longer. I kind of want these streams to be like 4 hours long. And then that way, like, we actually get quite a bit done when we do these. We're going to go over 400,000. I messed this up a little bit. I probably should have done that a little bit better, but oh well. Oh well, right. So we want to go surface velocity plus, I'm going to change this to this. Time for that risky Aerobee. Indeed, the Aerobee isn't really that risky. The Aerobee, like the ignition chance that we have on this, if I bring up the stats, it's now 98%. That's pretty good. The AJ10 is now 93%, so that's gotten a lot better from the last launch we did as well. A whole whopping 3%, and obviously the fact that we have run it. Why did that run for 122 seconds? I didn't run that for 122 seconds, did I? Oh, maybe I did. I don't know. Anyway, what we're going to do is we are going to warp forward a little bit, and once we get to about maybe a minute, we'll turn on the RCS and start preparing our kick stage. There we go. We're a minute away from apogee now. Oh wait, yeah, no, we didn't burn through all of this. Oh no, we did. We burnt through. No, there's still a little bit of residuals left, but that's okay. Right, so we're going to go surface velocity. We'll start spinning. We'll kind of maintain this spin. I feel like this is a relatively good spin to have, and we want this to start ullaging the AJ1037 Aerobee variant that we've got. And we'll spin about this slowly, and when we get to maybe about, I think I might go 18 seconds this time. See how that works. Okay, 20, 19, and 18. There we go. And we have successful ignition on the AJ1037 Aerobee. And we should be going to orbit today, hopefully. I'm sure we will. Let's change our camera to free so we don't get the spin. And what I'll do for this, we'll just get rid of the HUD. You know, this is going to be edited into a video, and I do kind of want to get some sort of cinematics where the HUD isn't up all the time. It's always nice. Shaking my head. No moon landing yet. We're getting closer. I have picked up the first lunar flyby and the first lunar impactor contracts now. So we are definitely thinking about the moon. We are thinking of making our way over to the moon. It's just we're not quite there yet. And there we go. We had, I hope, a completely successful burn of that, but I've got no idea because obviously the HUD isn't up at the moment. We'll have a look and see. Yeah, there we go. That's a really nice orbit. That's huge. Look at that. Look at how weird the orbit goes with Principia. If we change that to that, yeah, that looks a little bit better. But I really like seeing this like this. That looks so cool. Okay, well, we do have scientific experiments that we can run on here as well. We've got the micrometeorite detection, which we can run. Cosmic ray science, which we can run. This... And yeah, that's going to be about it. And this is not going to last us the entire time. Now, one problem with this contract, from what I remember, is we are going to have to babysit this. We are going to have to wait with it. Because if you don't, then the contract doesn't complete. From what I recall, do I want to do Cosmic Ray or do I... no, maybe I don't. Maybe I want to do it on... Ah, no, Bumble Chad 3. Bumble Chad 2 has run out of electric charge. Oh, it has got electric charge. It's just really low. But we are still getting some science from that. So maybe with Bumble Chad 3, what we will do is we'll do this. It's going to take 17 days to get micrometeorite detection. We'll get another 1 point something science. But yeah, we are going to have to wait with this for 14 days. So I think what we will do is we'll get a nice little chase shot of the Earth for a little bit, and then I'll go into the map screen and we'll just fast forward super quick in the map screen. It was a few months ago. So, wait, can Game King? They kind of nerfed easy lunar impact with the new residue system. I know it is still possible to do with a AJ10. If you get an AJ10, you can get to the moon relatively easy with some sort of Atlas style of rocket, because I did do this not that long ago. It has become much harder though. The residual system is really, really tough. But if you check MechJeb, usually MechJeb is pretty good at telling you exactly how long you're going to have to burn. So Orbit, not good enough. I had Men on Titan in the 70s. I'm not sure if we'll be going for that. Maybe I don't know. We're doing all right. It's still only 1955. It is still only 1955. I'm on for a relatively good run at the moment. I don't think I'm going to beat my Kerbal Gets Real time because, well, a lot of the new systems in play, like the research limiters, they're going to be really painful. They're going to really hold me back. But apart from that, no, everything has gone really well. Like, Orbit almost got first orbit in 1953. That would have been really nice, except for the rocket just decided to explode. What happened to Kerbal Gets Real, Carnassus? So I was speaking about the next millennia on the live stream that I did yesterday, and I think I am going to kill that series. I'm not sure if I'm going to go back to it. Basically, every time I open up that save, it runs at about 3 frames per second. Things always go wrong. It crashes all the time. Whenever I go to any spacecraft that I've got in orbit, half the time the Kraken just decides to completely tear it apart. Basically, when I put that save together, it was a 1.10 save before 1.10 was officially supported by RO and RP-1. And I had to jump through quite a few hoops in order to get that to work. And I think because of that and because of the amount of mods that I've got on that save, it's basically become an unplayable mess. But people have been asking me, like, oh, when am I going to be doing more RSS, RO, RP1 and all that kind of stuff? Obviously, I'm doing this at the moment, which will be making its way into video formats once I've landed Kerbals on the moon. I'm going to edit it all down. I'll try and make it funny. They'll probably be like quick 5-10 minute long videos. I think I'm going to do like maybe 5 of them. And then obviously in the near future, probably within the next couple of months, I am going to be joining For All Kerbal Kind as well. So that's another little bit of RORP1 that I'm going to be doing. And I kind of wanted to save this until after I joined For All Kerbal Kind, but you know, Beardy and N9 are being slow on their upload schedule. I know it's because Beardy has obviously uni work and he has been busy with that recently, and I imagine they will be getting back to that soon. But as soon as they land on the moon, I'll be joining that. So that's going to be more RORP1 content from me. And it is good. I obviously do really enjoy RORP1. I'm also really enjoying Coming Home at the moment as well. I've got a lot of footage to edit for that. I might even, well, yeah, I've got about 7 episodes worth of footage that I need to go through and edit. So I'm going to try and release as many of those videos as I can this week. Obviously, I released one today, and I also released one yesterday. I might even be able to get one out tomorrow, although I do have an interview tomorrow, so I'm not going to have as much time on that to spend. Anyway, right, that's enough just wandering around the planet doing not very much. I think just in order to make sure that we do last the 14 days, I am going to kill that now. And what we will do is we will just look at the Earth and we will super time warp until... see, yeah, that's not good. That is not good. Can I turn off data transmission? Yeah, but that's also 9 days. Oh, I don't think we're going to do it. No, we're not. That's a bummer. I mean, we're still getting perpetual electric charge every now and then. So maybe have a positive energy balance. Once we get to the end of the 1 day, it might still complete. I'm not entirely sure, though. 6 minutes. Come on, because we do get electric charge every now and then. Oh, we need at least 100 units. That might not be possible. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, because we're not really gaining any electric charge of any kind. That's annoying. That's really annoying. Oh, that's a shame. Right, well, we'll go back to the Space Center. We'll launch another one of these. I don't remember the last time we did a video on that series. The last time was November or October, I think. It was a long time ago. I have come back to the save a couple of times since then and just tried to play it. And like I said, it's just not fun. It's not great. Let's do a colonization series. I mean, that's basically what I'm going to be doing in Coming Home, but I have been thinking of maybe doing a more cinematic colonization series on Real Solar System, but I'm not sure if I'd use RO for that, because I would like to use things like UKI, USI MKS, because I think that's a really good system for doing colonization. And it doesn't work with RO, so it might be something that I do, but I'm not entirely sure. You know what I'm going to do as well? We're waiting for connection on that. Let's speed this up. Come on. No, we're not going to get any connection on that. All right. Bumble Chad number 4. We're going to edit this. Still in 1955. I'm going to make sure the avionics are upgraded. We're going to maybe make the solar panels ever so slightly bigger, and we're going to increase the amount of electric charge that we have on here, and then hopefully that way we should be able to complete the solar-powered satellite. How the hell am I still streaming? I don't know. I've been streaming for 3 hours now. I might go for 3.5 hours, and then that way, well, it's like midnight my time, and that'll be fine. Right, so yeah, I'm gonna maybe make these ever so slightly bigger, 2.5 by 0.5. They are now very, very chunky, and that should give us quite a bit of electric charge, hopefully. What we'll also do is we'll come into here, and we are going to remove visible imaging, because we do not need that. No, we do not. Early TV camera, let's get rid of you. There we go. Micrometeorite detector, I don't think we need that either. Radiation detector and magnetometer, yeah, I kind of want those, because we still need a bit of science from those. And we are going to configure the avionics, and we're going to upgrade it to early avionics. And then that way we won't be using anywhere near as much electric charge. So if we come here, yeah, this is now going to last 32 days in night, and yeah, like perpetual charge with just the solar panels. So that should be fine. I think I am going to upgrade the electric charge. I'm gonna put it up to 8,000 as well. And then that way we should be more than happy. We've got like 10,000 meters per second of delta V in this, so we can make this considerably heavier if we want to. Where is tank UI? It is over there. Let's just whack this up to 8,000. And that should be more than sufficient to do what we want to do. Bumble Chad 4 will be the one that completes this contract. Okay, do I need to tool anything? I do. Modular tank. Ah, yes, the avionics. We'll do that real quick. 2,818 funds, and this is going to cost quite a bit. But it's only going to take 60 days to build. Lovely. So, Kanasa, is it fallow time? I don't think it is yet. I don't think the launch pad has been built. We'll have a look and see how far away we are, but as soon as that has been done, we will rename that. So, yeah, is it the time when his PC died? Yeah, I think the last episode of Kerbal Gets Real was just before, well, it's about a month or two before my computer went dead. That was really, really, really annoying, because obviously graphics cards at the moment are very expensive, and I had to shell out for one, which was not fun. So it's still 237 days before we build Launchpad 150, unfortunately. 28 days until we get lunar range communications, which is going to be fabulous. 60 days until we make Bumble Chad 4. If we have a look, how long do we have left on that first solar-powered satellite? 127 days, so that is fine. That's absolutely fine. We should be able to do that, and I think I'm also going to duplicate this, just, you know, in case things go terribly wrong. How much does it cost to upgrade that? 650,000. Okay, right, so we're going to warp, finish lunar range communications, upgrade our communications instantly. So if we come into here, we can come along to here. And then it's really annoying that you have to do this, like, really annoying. And yeah, we'll also buy that. 10,000 gone, just upgrading our communications, but we can also now upgrade this for patch conics, which we are not going to use because we're using Principia, but I guess it would be nice to have an upgraded tracking station as well at the same time. 31 days until Bumble Chad number 5. What? Oh, I renamed the wrong one. Oh well. Yeah, let's rename that because this should be 4. Yeah, I don't want to send them up in the wrong order. That's absolutely barbaric. So we're going to go for Bumble Chad number 5 as well. And then with that all being done, yeah, we're going to roll this out, launch this, and hope for the best. I fell out of a tree recently. Ouch. That sounds quite painful. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I've never fallen out of a tree. I was never really one for climbing trees when I was younger. And if I climbed a tree now, I'd get like real funny looks at, and like people would think I'm an absolute crazy person. So I love Karnassa's stream. Thank you, Rail Cowgirl. Thank you for the kind words. How hard is RP-1? I find it relatively simple these days, but I have been playing it for 3 years. So I'm making it harder on myself in this stream by not allowing myself to do any simulations. We're not doing any quick saves, quick loads, reverts, or anything like that. It's difficult. It definitely is difficult. And it has been said, that was very Essex of me, it has been said, mate, it has been said that like it's more of a learning wall than a learning curve, learning how to play RO and RP-1 compared to regular stock KSP. But I've got tutorials. There's loads of tutorials around. It's not that difficult once you know what you're doing. Really now, the only thing I suffer with is like RNG hating me. I've not really built anything that's been bad over the past couple of live streams. There's not really much that I could have improved on, I don't think, as far as I'm aware. Anyway, we're going to launch Bumble Chad number 4 in 3, 2, and 1. And there we go, we have successful ignition on the LR-79, and we are off to space today. Hopefully, JM Studios, hello, Karnassa, hello, welcome to the stream. Been a while since I've seen you at a stream, but hello and welcome. So, I felt like 10, 15 feet, 4.5 meters, and when I hit the ground, it all went into my... Ouch, did you not dislocate your shoulder? That definitely sounds like a situation where one would pop their shoulder out of place. I've dislocated my shoulder before. And I've dislocated my shoulder by rolling over funnily in bed, let alone like falling out of a 10, 15 foot drop. Yeah, no, I was at uni and my roommate knocked on my door rather loudly and it kind of like startled me a bit, so I rolled over and my shoulder just popped out of its socket, as it does. That bloody hurt. That really did hurt, but I don't know. I just have weird body problems. I think I've got hypermobile joints is my problem, because I can move my arms in all weird kind of positions which look very unsightly. So Karnassa, I was on the beach a couple of days ago and watched them send off Transporter 4. If you have not felt the rumbling from a real launch, I highly suggest you put it on your bucket list. It was insane. I would love to go to a real launch. Me and my family were supposed to be going to Florida this Christmas, the Christmas coming, but we're not going anymore because of loads of different scheduling conflicts. And it would have been nice to go to the Cape and, you know, hopefully see a launch. Although I'm not. Do they do many launches in December due to like the cold? I know obviously like shuttles were delayed due to cold weather before. But I'm not sure. I do really want to go and see one. I think it would be very, very, very cool. But yeah, no, I was going to go to Cape Canaveral on my 30th birthday, and now I cannot. I probably should be pitching this down a little bit more aggressively than I am now. But instead, no, we're all going to New York in June, because it's my dad's 60th as well. This is a big year for my family. It's my dad's 60th, it's my 30th, and... just, yeah, lots of things going on. Although, I don't know, like I've always said, you wouldn't expect that I'm turning 30 this year if you looked at me, because I do look very young for my age. I was talking about this on Discord the other day. Basically, I still get ID'd all the time for buying energy drinks, because I do not look my age in the slightest. Not sure about December, but this month is Bonanza. Glad you got the GPUs fixed. Any chance for some more of your music for background music? I could do. I wrote a little ditty for the start of this stream, which was quite fun to do. If you go back to the very beginning of the stream, when I first came on camera, I did a little bit of a sing-song on my guitar, which was fun. But actually doing music means I have to record it, and obviously I don't really have the best facilities to record songs at the moment, because the only microphone I've got is the microphone that I use for streaming, and it's a USB microphone. It's not an XLR. It's not the greatest of microphones, but it's I don't know. Like actually recording something, or I could go to a recording studio, but unfortunately those cost a lot of money. They are very. Oh god damn it! We've had a failure. What is it? Is it a thrust failure? No, I think it's an efficiency failure. Oh, that's annoying. Yeah, no, what's our specific impulse now? 135. Yeah, no, the thrust is good. The specific impulse is just terrible. Oh, that's annoying. These AJ10s will be the death of me. 93.76% chance of a ignition failure, but yeah, it failed to fire up properly, which is why this thing is yellow over here. Damn it. So my shoulder is in place, but it hurts to move it some angles sometimes. So yeah, you've probably like sprained your shoulder, I imagine. If you landed on your shoulder from a 15-foot drop, that you're lucky you've not like broken it or anything. People are blaming it on SLS, which I think is kind of ridiculous. So unfortunately, the one time it was any issue, they pushed for a launch anyway and ended up with the loss of the whole crew. Yes, because of the O-rings on the... Oh, what's it called? The O-rings on the solid rocket boosters on the RSMVs, wasn't it? Yeah, the drop in temperature caused those to fail, which caused the separation of the solid rocket booster to fail, and then that caused, yeah, the whole thing to disintegrate on launch. That's a chilling video, that. I always get them mixed up as well. I really should learn the difference between Challenger and Columbia. I think it was Challenger. There was the one Challenger was the one that blew up going up, and Columbia was the one that blew up coming down. I might be wrong. I like I said, I always mix them up. SRB, it leaked. Challenger, it was Challenger. Yeah, Challenger was the first one to go. So there are things called factory joints and field joints. Factory joints are done. The factory and field joints are done in the VAB. So go direct with your guitar. What I used to do with decent results. Yeah, I'm not the best at playing and singing. Multitasking is not my strong point. Right, we're gonna turn on the RCS. I can do it. Like I did play something very, very quickly earlier on, and obviously and now for something completely different video, I did play a song that I wrote a while ago called Keeping Up Appearances, which was quite fun to do. I do enjoy that. I've got another acoustic song that I've been working on recently, just acoustic guitar, me singing, called Icebreaker. It's actually a song that I wrote for my band a really long time ago, but I made it all acoustic-y because I wanted it to be the song that I put in the trailer for my entry to For All Kerbal Kind, because I feel like it's a really fitting song for that. It's about global warming and it's about things being terrible, but I just felt like it'd work well in a For All Kerbal Kind setting. I remember that song, I liked it. It was from the No GPU days. Yes, it was. I mean, that's when I recorded it and put it on YouTube. That song was actually written in about 2014, I think. Maybe slightly later, maybe 2015. It's quite an old song. I started writing music in, I think, about 2013, 2014. Went through a very bad breakup. Decided, like, I'd played guitar and I'd sang for quite a long time before, and I thought, you know what I'm going to do to keep my mind distracted whilst I'm going through this really bad breakup? I'm going to start writing music. And yeah, no, I did. I started writing music, and I've probably written, I don't know, maybe like 50 songs now. Like, I probably should write more for my band. That's always kind of good to do, but, well, right, so let's go. Hopefully we've got 3,000. I don't think we're gonna make orbit here. I think we're gonna be a little way off. That failure on that AJ10 just is gonna screw us over a little bit. So the shuttle SRBs chronically had an issue called blow-by where the O-rings would fail to seal. That's what caused it to... the Challenger to fail, didn't it? So yeah, Columbia blew up an entry, which along with the crew killed a teacher who was given the opportunity to go. I remember there being a teacher on board because I remember a lot of people were watching that when it happened. A lot of school children were watching that when it happened because obviously there was a school teacher on board. So that made it particularly terrible that obviously a lot of young people bore witness to that disaster. Look at that, we're only 500,000 meters off. That's annoying. Oh well, we're gonna have to launch another one of these. Damn it! Let's go back to the Space Center. Yeah, music is the healer for a lot of people. It did. It really, really helped me like keep my mind occupied and not think about like the breakup, because whenever I got sad and like weepy and all of that, I'd just go and I'd start writing music and just like pen my expressions into song. One of my earliest songs that I ever wrote, the second song that I ever wrote, was from that period, and me and my band still play it to this day. And it's actually, whenever we played gigs, it's always the one that people come up to us afterwards and say, I actually really liked that song. Like it was really well put together. And I'm like, this is the second song I ever wrote. I just peaked at the start and now I'm just like declining. Although I really like Icebreaker, which I wrote not too long ago. I'll have to play that on the channel at some point because it is good fun. I can't really sing it properly at the moment because I need to sing really high, and having a cold, I can't really get those high pitched notes, which is a bit unfortunate. Right, Bumble Chad 5, are you gonna be the one? I think we're gonna fail the contract before that happens. 62 days is the deadline. 72 days until this is built. It costs 6,000 to rush. How much do we lose if we fail this? We lose 3,000. So absolutely not. No, I'm just going to let that fail because I don't, 6,000 to rush this a couple times to beat the contract. It's much better just to let it fail. Pick it up again. Lose 3,000 that way. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do. It's a bit of a shame. We're also going to make Bumble Chad number 6. Okay, yep, duplicate. And one of these will work. Absolutely. It has to. We're just spending far too much money on this at the moment. We're getting entry, descent, and landing now in as well. I might go for 1958 orbital rocketry first. Although this is much more important for actually getting more science. So maybe this is going to be the smarter idea. Right, Bumble Chad 5, Bumble Chad 6. Yeah, okay. We're going to warp to complete. We're going to lose a lot of money at some point because we are going to fail the contract, but oh well. So I remember that because I was standing in the living room and watching the launch. I remember the aftermath of Columbia because Columbia was 2004. I can't really remember it properly. I think I might have even been in America at the time. I'm not sure. I used to go to America a lot with my family back in those days. But yeah, no, I remember, I didn't watch it as it happened, but I remember the aftermath of it. And I remember hearing about it because I would have been about 12 years old, if it was 2004, 11, 12. Okay, so we're gonna go for solar-powered satellite again. I can't believe we failed that. That's really annoying. Hi, Canassa. Are you going to build an Atlas? Love your streams. Keep it up. I think I am going to build an Atlas. As soon as I unlock 1958 orbital rocketry, which I think gives us the better configuration for the LR-105s. Yeah, we get the NA3 configs. I think we will build an Atlas out of that, and that's what we will be using to go to the moon, I imagine. But we'll have to see when we get there. Because I think what we'll probably do is we'll launch Bumble Chad 5, and I think I might call the stream after we finish this launch, purely due to the fact that it is quarter to midnight now. And I do have neighbours, and I don't want to piss them off too much. So it led to a complete redesign of the shuttle SRBs and the myth that solids are inherently unsafe. Wasn't there a problem? I don't know if I'm pulling this out of my arse or what, but when they tested Ares 1, wasn't there a problem with the RSRMV where there was some very weird oscillations going on because it was just a single stick with a crew on top, and having just a single stick of solid fuel was not very good, or was that over-exaggerated? But I can't remember. So watching the Challenger launch on TV in 1986, night at the time, seeing a female teacher civilian being able to become an astronaut was a pretty big deal for me. I can't imagine that. And yeah, obviously, the whole disaster, well, it was a disaster. It's a real shame. But thankfully, obviously, there have been some pretty bad, like, disasters in space flight, but everyone just keeps pushing through. And we've not had anything. Well, yeah, I think the two shuttle disasters were the worst by far, weren't they? So obviously there was the Apollo 1 fire, which killed the 3 astronauts. I think Soyuz has had a few fatalities, if I remember correctly. But why is this not loading? Oh, have we? Oh no, it's just pitch black. Oh, fair. I couldn't see anything because it was completely dark. We're gonna wait until morning because, you know, I want to actually see what I'm doing. Look, oh, you know, we're going to wait until the following morning because I want to get a nice view of the sun coming over Bumble Chad number whatever, and we'll get this like so. Always getting more clips. How quick are we going now? 100. I'm going to go 10,000 until I start seeing a little tinge of red. And then we'll change to 1,000. Ah, damn it. No, let's go from here. And we'll get a nice little shot of the rocket in the sunrise. And I'll inevitably throw this into the video whenever we get round to making the video. So, you say you love building the Atlas skirt. I don't think I will build the Atlas skirt because actually RO Tanks now has its own Atlas skirt, which works very, very well. I've never actually tried to build my own Atlas skirt. I'm not like Calvin McClure and N9 who have both designed their own, which look incredible. I probably could if I had a look at a diagram and tried to think it out, but when I'm doing that on stream, I think it's just going to be better if I, you know, just slap the pre-done Atlas skirt on. One thing that I have been doing, that I've been doing a little bit more detailing for, was when I was doing the For All Kerbal Kind trailer, which I was working on, I made a Ariane 1 and I really tried to go fully detailed for that. Like, there's loads of little kind of like little fuel tanks that I've got hanging off to do all the pipe work and to just make it look a lot more like the actual Ariane rocket. So I think when I join For All Kerbal Kind, one thing that I will be doing is definitely working on more detailed stuff there. Why is it so dark? Is it because we're under the clouds? Yeah, it is. There we go. That's much better. Much, much, much better. Right, okay, so we're going to launch this. I think this may be the final launch of the stream. I'm not sure. We'll see. We might be able to sneak one more in. We'll have to have a look. I would just use LR79s for the booster engines. They work well enough and you don't need to spend money on the LR89. I've already bought the LR89 though. I've not upgraded it. I've never actually thought of using a LR79 for Atlas boosters for the... It's not the sustained stage, the skirt, the two LR89s that are attached to the skirt. I never thought of doing that, but I can have a look when we get into the VAB and see kind of like what numbers we get from that, because that might be an interesting way of doing things. Right, okay, staging is all good. We don't actually need that, because I'm actually following this here. So in 3, 2, and 1, we're going to fire up the LR79 engine. We have a good solid ignition. We get a bit of a wonky launch when we take off, but you know, everything's good. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. So since you already bought the LR89, might as well use it. So I've bought the LR43. I think it's called, not the actual LR89. It's the same model, and it upgrades into the LR89. I just haven't bought the engine upgrade yet, because the first rocket, the rocket that I actually made orbit with, was a bit of a caveman design using that LR-43, which you unlock before you get into 56, 57 orbital rocketry. And yeah, it worked after a couple of times, but that's why I have that engine, because they've decided to move that in the tech tree, which is kind of cool. Do you ever play X-Planes or any flight sim? I played the new Microsoft Flight Simulator for a bit when it came out, and then I realised that I am no pilot at all, and obviously I can fly planes in KSP. I've gotten a lot better since starting my channel with flying planes in KSP, but actually going into a proper flight simulator, I've got no idea what I'm doing. I never play anything like I don't play any games like War Thunder or DCS or anything like that either. I don't know why. I just never really been into games. I don't usually do like combat style games. I'm much more of a builder. I'm a builder, not a fighter. And that just reminds me of Red vs Blue, Tucker going around like, I'm a lover, not a fighter, the entire time. But yeah, no, I'm not very good at flying. I can do it in KSP, but I much rather use like MechJeb and to do all my stuff. Like Ascent Guidance, I think is an absolute godsend. I love it to bits. I will always use it if I can, because I just prefer more the design stage of KSP, and like some of the flying I will do manually as well, but Ascent Guidance, once you've launched a rocket, once you've launched things about 1 billion times, I've been playing KSP since 2013, I've done so many launches with and without Ascent Guidance. I can do it if I want to. It's just nice to just click a button and just like go away for a bit and then like, oh yes, I'm in orbit now. Because yes, it can get a little bit tedious, especially when you're playing RO, RP-1 and RSS. Like, it takes what, like 8-9 minutes to get into orbit. RO, RSS, it's a lot longer than stock, so having the ability just to have a click of a button and, you know, go make yourself a cup of tea, make yourself a cup of coffee, grab a biscuit, grab a Jaffa cake, a donut, whatever your poison is, it's nice to go away and do that. But yeah, no, Ascent Guidance, honestly, it is the best thing. Oh, wow, we need to pitch down. Oopsie daisy. 1 second. Go. Ah, 300,000. Okay, well, what we're going to do now is just do this. Pitch down to 0, and we'll hopefully get to 350 by doing this way. Yeah, that should be fine. Should be fine. So, Rayspace is like the complete opposite of you. He always uses Smart ASS to fly. If he wants automation, he uses his OK Ascent script, which is a bit inconsistent. I've not really watched a Ray's video for a while. I don't know what he does. I remember watching his Mars series a long time ago, but no, just a personal thing. I got a bit put off by some of his videos when I had an interaction with him at one point. I'm not going to say any more than that, but yeah, no, I kind of stopped watching his videos after that. But he is a good YouTuber. He's a very good YouTuber. You should definitely go check him out. Like his Mars colonization series, I really loved that, and I was really kind of annoyed that it just ended so abruptly. Not that I can talk now, because like all of my series just end abruptly because I never finish them for whatever reason. I should probably work on doing that a little bit better. But yeah, no, I know he did a lot with KOS and a lot of stuff like that. I remember seeing him using scripts. I know like N9 uses a lot of KOS as well. Doesn't really use Ascent Guidance. I don't know about Calvin. I don't know what Calvin does, because Calvin's videos you never see anything because it's all cinematic. So like all the HUD is gone. But I'm not sure. Why is the LK1 so big compared to Gemini or Gemini? I say Gemini, but I know a lot of people say Gemini. Excuse me. Dying here. 399,000. That is going to be more than sufficient. So what we want to do now is we want to start this RCS. We do not want to do that. I think what we'll do is we will just time warp until we are a minute out. Like so. Come on. There we go. We'll point surface velocity. And come on, a bit faster, please. Faster. Point this way. Good. Nope, that was too fast. Oops. Right, let's fire this up so we got some mileage going on. And then we'll start spinning up. And then hopefully this should be completely successful. One would like to think. I think I'm going to go once again at about 18 seconds. 18 seconds seems to be a nice mark. Calvin uses gravity turn, which is a bit off. Okay. Yeah, no, because obviously, like, Calvin's videos, I think the last few videos there's been like no HUD in it at all, which is kind of nice. It's cool. It's very cinematic. I'm very much looking forward to his next episode that's coming out, which I know when it's going to come out. I don't know if he's announced it yet, but no, he's told me when he wants it to come out and that he's almost done. So I don't know if he's announced it, so I'm not sure if I can say anything because I don't want to spoil it. But yes, no, I'm looking forward to that. It's always a treat watching the Calvin video, and I've joked to him several times. He was here earlier on in the stream, he was in the chat. I've joked to him several times. He needs to give me advance warning so I can go out and buy myself some popcorn so I'm ready for the cinematic experience that is watching a Calvin McClaw episode. Okay, well, we've definitely made it to orbit this time with decent parameters. Yeah, that's actually a really nice orbit. Okay, so let's have a look. We need to last 14 days and still have power remaining. And I think we should be able to do that. Let's turn on the magnetic scan. How is that going to affect? Yeah, we're still getting perpetual electric charge. Look at that, that's beautiful. And we've already done the little thing of going around the Earth, so what we'll do is we will just do this and make sure, yeah, there we go, this is fine. We're gonna get our magnetic scan done as well. Now we just need to wait 14 days. I did mention earlier on in the stream, like, you have to babysit this contract, if I recall correctly. If you leave and come back, this countdown resets, so we are going to have to sit with this for the entire 14 days, which does suck a little bit. But, oh well. Oh, we are losing electric charge now. Oh, no. We've gone back up. We've gained. That's fine. Brilliant. Yeah, this contract will be completely fine. And we'll be able to get the magnetic scan and all of that done as well, which is going to give us even more science, which we can then go and spend and hopefully unlock some tasty new things. We've almost got 10 science. I think we need a little bit more before we get anything good. Yes. So it might be a while. Can we speed up any faster than this? Yes, there we go. Let's just make sure that we're not going to run out of electric charge as well, because that would be terrible. But no, I think we're good. We are definitely going to complete this contract. Oh, there we go. First solar-powered satellite, all done. Lovely stuff. And if we go into this, if we change our frame, how many satellites have we got in orbit now? We've got 1, 2. We got 4. So we started off this stream with no satellites being in low Earth orbit, and yeah, by the end of it, we finished with 4, which hasn't been too bad. There's been a lot of failures as well this stream. I think we've had 3 instances of test flight screwing us over. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. I'm going to get a chase shot of this coming over like so. Chase is honestly my favorite camera to use. We're going to record this. We're going to get this in the final episode because that just looks absolutely astonishing. Kind of a bit overkill. I might actually use the D2 US lunar concept to be like my first lunar flyby in orbit. I've not used the D2 yet. I know that was added relatively recently as obviously an alternative to Apollo. I might maybe even think about using that in this series rather than going for Apollo and the LEM, maybe use some sort of D2 derivative, which might be quite fun because I've never actually experimented with it. So it could be something interesting that we can have a look at doing, which is a bit off. I read that. My friend accidentally got to orbit trying to do 3,000. What? How do you do that? I suppose, actually, no. I can completely understand that. I can see that happening, because when I first did RP-1, my 3,000 kilometer downrange rocket that I built when I was first learning, it was some sort of 4-stage monstrosity that I did probably in like 1965 or something. It took me a really long time to do. And if I had the knowledge that I do now, I almost certainly probably could have made that orbital capable. And like, obviously, my 3,000 kilometer downrange rockets now, it's just a simple 2-stage design that is really easy to put together and really cheap to build. But yeah, no, when I first started out, they were hideously ugly and these massive, ginormous things that were completely overbuilt and a little bit ridiculous. Right, okay, well, I think that's enough of that chase camera. We've got our first solar-powered satellite. We can come back to the Space Center, see what kind of funding we're working with, see what kind of contracts we have available to us now, see if we've got any new science that we may be able to purchase and stuff. I think after that we will end the stream, because it is now midnight on a Monday morning, or midnight on a Tuesday morning, and my neighbours probably would appreciate that I shut up around this time, so we are going to call it quits. I did obviously want to stream for about 4 hours. It has been 3.5 hours, but unfortunately I started streaming a little bit too late today due to the fact that I was very silly and went for a nap, and that nap turned into a bit of a 3-hour-long sleep. Right, we've got 15 science. Let's have a look and see if there's anything that I can unlock with that. I think... Damn it! We're so close. We're so close to 1959 orbital rocketry, which will give us the Titan parts. We could get early flight control, although I'm not sure if I really want that. I think 59 orbital rocketry will be the best thing to go for next, and I think we may be able to get that if we just wait maybe like 5 days. Let's just wait for this to go up to 16 so I can... There we go. Yeah, because we were getting science from Bumblechad 5. So there we go. We've got that. The next thing that we will be researching is 1959 orbital rocketry. And with that, I think we should be capable of going to the moon. That will be lunar impactors all sorted. But how long is it going to take to research that tech? A bloody long time. Look at that. I suppose we are only in 1955 and we are researching 59 stuff. But that's a little bit of a shame. We've got 166,000 thuns. I think we're doing good. Hello, Calvin McClure. Welcome back. You'll have had a single chapter in an episode last over 30 minutes. No, well, I just did. Oh, wow. I'm curious to see what the next episode is going to be, because I remember you saying that you spent ages filming a single launch. And I'm wondering what that single launch is. I think I have some suspicions, but I would really like to see what it is. Is it Valentine? I don't think it is, unfortunately. I might have to wait until the next stream. So we can now do communication satellites, atmospheric analysis, and all of this. We'll probably do that in the next live stream. I'll pick up one of those and start working on some of those as we get ready to go and bonk the moon with our first ever kind of small little probe. We're getting somewhere now. We're going for lunar impactors and all of that. We should hopefully get that by maybe 57. 57 would be nice. I mean, how long have we got left on the contract? 700 days, so about 2 years. So we really do need to be doing it in 1957, which would be great. Anyway, with that all being done, I'm going to head off now because, yeah, it's midnight and I've done a fair amount this stream. We've had a decent amount done. We've gone orbital and it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. Thank you everyone for coming along. Thank you everyone who has spoken in the chat. And yeah, no, it's been great stream. I don't know if I'm going to be streaming again tomorrow because like I said earlier on in the stream, I do have an interview for a job as a part-time manager at Costa Coffee because that's just what I can get at the moment. So I might be busy tomorrow, so I might not be carrying on with this, but I might be able to get an episode of Coming Home out though. Depends on whether I can edit it in time. But with that, yes, thank you everyone. I have been Carnassa, and I will see you later.